Can I get you something?
Hell yeah, dude.
This is a perfect thing to say right when I start recording. Dicks on the way home. Make sure you take Pacific. They look at you in the eyes. It's the dude. Just saying.
Yeah.
I have to drive that fucking way to class.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
day, Pacific.
Bro.
And it's like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So if you like slow down towards a light, and they're about to like hop in your rig, so I'm like in the fucking left lane, my shit locked.
Not making eye contact.
That's like that Tacoma Fife area, Aurora, bro.
Yeah, Pacific down to 99.
There's
That's
some
my trick.
sketchy looking folks out there for sure.
So this is a late night podcast. It's 2 minutes to 11 p.m. Still 80 degrees in the garage. So would you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
My name's Nick Tarabochia, guys. Been training under Nick for about like 9 months now. Yeah.
So fighting under SNRG?
Yeah, fighting with Team Synergy.
Okay, dope. Yeah.
Slick Nick, man, owner operator at Karma Supply Company, head coach over at Team Synergy. Didn't really want that position, but I got appointed that position by OG Ron Pittman. So thanks for that. But yeah, we just wrapped up class, man. So we drove out to try to shoot this one before we wrap up the night. So thanks for having us back, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I like that. I was thinking about it's Nick and Nick, like Pete and Pete. If you ever remember that show?
Yeah.
The
Nick and Nick.
Yeah, the Pete and Pete show.
Yeah.
He had the younger one had the pinup model tattoo.
Yeah. Classic.
It's an old show. Yeah, old
Classic.
Nickelodeon.
I feel left out, man.
Yeah, he's not old enough, bro.
That's okay.
That's just
You'd be a little bit young for that too.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it was good shit. It was very limited amount of
Nickelodeon?
Yep, very limited amount of TV back then compared to now. You can
Right.
just fucking turn on any streaming thing and watch anything.
Yeah. You get bombarded,
Almost
bro.
too much now.
Yeah, it takes me an
Yeah,
hour.
I watch shit that I already know I like because there's too much.
I watch old shit now, bro.
That's what I mean.
I'm going back to shit that I watched from back
Watching
in the
Tommy
day.
Boy, waiting for you
Right,
guys.
exactly. Yeah. Old school, classic. You know what I mean? All that
Bro, I
stuff.
can hardly get to a show, bro. I'll just be scrolling, just looking.
Yeah.
Like an hour.
And then you get fucking bored, like analysis paralysis. Just
Yeah.
Yep,
too many fucking options.
Yeah.
Too many, too much.
I don't.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So we got the Karma Combat show, or Karma Supply show.
Yes,
with the
sir.
koi fish belt. Koi fish, I saw that. That was dope.
Thank
and that's
you,
not going to be for any. There's no title bouts this.
Not this go. I
that's
tried
just
to.
going to be on display.
Correct. Yeah, I tried to lock in on some options, man. But unfortunately, everything that I was trying to get in motion to secure a title fight just kind of fell through. I mean, obviously, I've been in kind of a bit of a time crunch to get progress done, but I've been hitting the gas pretty tough on getting everything situated and locked in. Got 10 fights, a lot of debuts, but good debuts. So it's going to be fun to see a handful of people that I've been personally training. So got Madison Englehart. I'm super stoked to see her get on there and get after it, because when I first got her, I was training over at Gracie. I was the head coach for BMT over there when I first started training her. She worked the desk for a while. Cool with her whole family. And when I first got her, man, like I used to call her Bambi for real, bro, because like her legs were just, she was not.
No wonder G always mentions it, because G's like the baby giraffe.
Yeah, bro. So like it's cool to see how far she has come in the time that I have spent with her, and Nick could vouch for this as well. Like she's locked in, bro. Like she's been training her ass off. She's been coming to the house every single day. I've been working with her every morning.
Gotta love that as a coach,
bro. Hyped on it. So like I work with her in the morning. Then we tag out, work with him, and then we chill for a few hours, and then we're at the gym. We're running classes at the gym and training at the gym with everyone else getting ready. We got another girl that just came to us recently. Her name is Alexandria Brown. Super solid chick, heavy-handed, bro. Girl can pop. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch that one too. So we got that, and then we got this young cat named Mathis Cheslick. Mathis Cheslick was originally scheduled for that Primal Combat show, the youth event, the Team Hawaii versus Team Washington.
Okay.
The one I just did the designs for.
Right.
But the opponent fell out last minute, so we ended up, getting put on the bench for that one. But I was like, hey, great news! I got an opportunity for you on the 23rd. So just stayed the course, and now he's locked in against a dude named Styles Moody from T-Town MMA, and we got a few people from T-Town. Madison's facing Nicole Gann from T-Town. She's cool. I met her a while back at All City. She's a good chick. So it'll be cool to have her. Yeah, she's got good energy. She's a positive person. It's nice to have positivity coming to the show. So she'll be in there. Styles Moody, Nicole Gann, Mike McKay, and Sean Vu. So we got 4 people from T-Town. So shout out T-Town MMA for hooking us up with 4 matchups. That's damn near half the card, I guess. So that's pretty cool.
No, that's great because they can kind of like. It's good when you have that many people because you know how it is. You can kind of take over a whole back corner and you have your whole team there supporting each other and stuff rather than just one fighter, maybe 2. But multiple fighters on the same card is always ideal. So especially when you're kind of coaching. So how are you going to do this? Are you going to coach?
Oh, man.
And because that was my hesitation to start getting our guys on the card because I'm doing the ring announcer. It's going to be great and commentator or whatever. But it would be hard for me to be like, okay, hey man, I need somebody else to do it. Like it'd be hard for me to ask to still do it while having a fighter to coach. Vice versa. So I'm kind of glad it worked out for our team not having anyone at least this time.
This time,
I'm gonna actually like do.
I feel you, bro. I've been struggling with that as well because I'm so hands-on with a lot of these people.
Like, how are you? Because your mind's gonna be going insane, not being able to be in the bag
for sure
as a coach.
No, but I'm 100% going to corner Madison and Lexi for sure.
There you go.
For their debuts, I want to make sure that I'm guiding them through the emotions and the
you're going to be present out front pretty much the entire time anyway, right? So it's not like you can't step into that cornerman's role when needed.
So hopefully I'll get them going in the back and come back out front and handle everything out front, then drop back and make sure they're good to go. We got Abel Guzman coming through, so he's going to be helping out with rapping. He's solid. I'm stoked to have him in there, dude, because I got him and I got Jeff Hoiby, so we're good.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm super stoked because Jeff has repped multiple fights of mine and an endless amount of everyone else in the scene. So like he's super good.
You don't even gotta like describe.
Right. So like I'm stoked to have him.
Everyone just knows.
And then Abel, I've had Abel be the cut man at a ton of events that I was just involved in as well. So it's
involved in almost every single fight, almost every weekend
for fucking years. You know what I mean? So I'm super stoked to have both of them.
I still got the mouthpieces from when Jeff ran clinch.
Right.
So I still have that. Those are my staples. I don't have any other mouthpieces.
So I'm super stoked on it, man, because I feel like having them present almost makes it a bit surreal for me, because I remember when I was the younger dude stepping in the cage and seeing them before I walk in, and then Jeff, like Abel's greasing me up, and then Jeff is reffing my fight, bro, and then now it's like I'm on a completely different side of the spectrum now, just rounding out my knowledge of the full fight game as much as I possibly can. But now I'm seeing the same people that have watched me grow through the sport for years.
They're kind of like our senior.
Right, so it's cool to see them still actively involved in the community, and then now to have them be present when I'm taking another leap into some unknowns that I have, it's all brand new to me to be in this space. So,
this being like the first event that you're doing, you're doing the Karma Supply stuff. You're doing like all the apparel, it's a lot of different ventures, and like you said, to have kind of the entire community that's because I was talking with Eddie Blackburn, the same kind of thing, like Abel, Brian Johnson, like all these guys, Crew Jones, like I talk about him all the time. Just those senior members, they have that clique, like Reese Andy, they always get together, and then it's like you and the my level and blah blah blah. The rest of our team, like the next generation, we're hitting that level. We're not necessarily all fighting anymore, but still kind of staying relevant, or some of us staying relevant.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting to see the generations of the ones that came before us, and the spaces that they're operating in, and the spaces that we're starting to get into in our, for us, it's like it's interesting to see because it's like I never thought I'd be in the position I am currently for SNRG. You know what I mean? So I fought for them for years. Love everybody over there. Been rocking with SNRG for 10 fucking years. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool, kind of crazy at the same time. It's I'm both like shocked and incredibly humbled by being appointed in the position that I'm in. For I take it very seriously as a coach. I'm very invested. I was invested as a teammate, but I'm even more invested as a coach with all the new people that we're bringing up underneath the banner. And to me, it's like what we had, but when I was actively involved as a competitor for the team, like we had something really special. We had a lot of people that were really good at what they did, a lot of high level guys, and we had nothing but dogs, man. Like we were running through people for a long time. So to be passed the torch and get the thumbs up of approval from the coaches that watched me come up and all the other guys come up, like that's something I hold near and dear to my heart. It means a lot to me, so I'm pretty stoked to kind of fulfill those shoes and operate in that capacity and guide the next generation and kind of really broaden out and further our roots and our lineage as a team. So super stoked, man.
Yeah, I'm stoked for you because you've been doing a great job coaching, setting up fight shows, running the Karma Supply, family, outside life. Man, that's not easy. It's not
chaos,
easy.
Bro.
Yeah,
Pure chaos all the time.
There's people who are like, when are we gonna do this Sweet City stuff? I'm like, after the show. Like,
I'm yours.
There's no way, because you're like, oh, bro, we could do it all. I'm like,
we can do it.
I know.
We can make it happen.
But like, I'm like, dude, you're gonna spread yourself too thin. You're gonna sleep an hour a night.
It's happened.
I know. I'm like, I'm not trying to fucking throw my wants and needs on there too. You know what I mean? Not yet.
I want to. But I
know.
To. So I'm happy.
We'll wait till after the show.
Yeah.
Before you like take a little bit, decompress, and then we'll start together.
Right now I'm just like I don't even know.
Last 10, 11 days before the show.
Yeah. We're getting close. We're down to the wire, man. So like that's I've been putting so much into it, and it's just so because there was no progress done on this thing for like 5 months. So like then I'm like, dude, I take a hold of it, and then within a few weeks I got things popping. But I've been grinding around the clock to lock this shit in and make it happen ever since I took control of it. Yeah, so I'm both excited and nervous. I'm actually like pretty nervous, to be honest, about it, because it's the first time ever operating in this space, and I never really even had a blip of a thought of operating in this space before, and it's just kind of happened, and now I'm doing the thing, and I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm excited to see how it goes, but also a bit nervous because I am heavily invested into trying to like better the community and provide a space that we can kind of all start to kind of grow from. It's like that's why I'm super stoked to have you involved with the show. I'm stoked to have him involved with the show. I'm hyped, bro, because like we're gonna have all the people that were before us, and then we're gonna have the next generation doing these debuts, and we're all gonna witness it together. And to me, I feel like that's something kind of special. And I'm so big on community that I do really want to experience that as a group, and it'll be cool to see where we can take this thing.
Damn, this thing is blowing in the fan. Sorry, I'm just catching it in the corner of my eye. No, so I want to touch on something that you said there. Just kind of witnessing all the generations, like it becomes generational because somebody has to learn from somebody and then pass that on. Right. So I'm not terribly shocked that you find yourself in this position, but it's got to be very humbling, like looking at just your own growth, because I feel the exact same way about how I came up. You know what I mean? And I'm operating in my space now, doing these own things, and just having more and more people from the past and like reaching out, and then now I'm doing the matchmaking or splitting the duties with Crew Jones and doing all these things, where back when I was fighting, he would let me help train the fighters and stuff, just a little bit here and there.
Right.
But to kind of like be in that just as deep, like, means a lot. And same thing, we're just teaching the next generation that, you know, the lineage behind me, just like how you do, and bringing the next generation up. And that in itself feels good, because like to teach and to pass something on and to have somebody be like, wow, this, like, having that impact on somebody that didn't have that skill set before means a lot.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's like, I know, like, I've talked to you a little bit about this, but you know, I grew up like super rough and like not good. I didn't really have much good influences or guidance in my early stages of life. I grew up in like group homes and stuff like that, foster homes for you know, non-adoptable kids. So pretty rough, to say the least. So everyone that I was in these group homes with were either one step away from a psych ward or juvenile prison. So, you know, being that I came from something like that and never really having much understanding of community or any sort of driving force behind anything, and then to stumble into martial arts in like the early 20s, and then just, you know, knew that was it from the moment I jumped in, and I know how much of an impact it had on me and the betterment it had on me, and really, honestly, you know, saved my life. You know, not to be like cheesy, but I know that's a lot of us. You know, a lot of us come from not so good backgrounds. We carry probably some traumas and things that we didn't necessarily know how to deal with, and this became the outlet that provided that space for us, and to be in a position where I can now kind of guide those people that are dealing with similar things that maybe didn't really have community or purpose or drive or guidance before. Like, now we can kind of provide that space and that outlet and kind of harness that and kind of direct it in a positive fashion. I'm super stoked about. That's something that, like, I actually want to target bigger picture down the road after, you know, getting this event started. I really want to get into a position where I can facilitate something to help the kids that are going through similar situations that I dealt with growing up, and try to, you know, get some sort of program together where we can kind of maybe run some weekend classes that might be, you know, free to them. We provide the space, we provide the lessons, maybe we get like gear that they could use and stuff like that, because I never got anything growing up in the group homes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had one drawer with some clothes, and I wasn't allowed to do martial arts because they said I was already too much of a problem as is, and they didn't want me to refine the skills, even though I tried to tell every anger management and counselor, therapist, psychiatrist, all told them the same thing. It's in me, not on me. It's going to come out one way or another. Either you provide an outlet, or you're going to continue to see me either implode or explode, depending on the day. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I want to be able to kind of help the kids that are going through that kind of stuff. So after this event, that's kind of something I'm going to try to, like, get the wheels going in that kind of direction, where we can kind of, because we got the space for it at the gym, you know what I'm saying? The gym is big enough to kind of host some stuff like that. So that's more in alignment with bigger picture of what I want to see down the road, and perhaps like some tournament stuff that, you know, might help facilitate that a little bit further, because I gotta get to a position where I can kind of fund that adequately and make bigger moves like that. So that's definitely the target, though, is that.
Yeah, man. Good. Well, you got one of the next generation that you're bringing up right here.
Yeah, man, I'm super stoked on this guy. This guy, super solid, dude. I met him. He was in fight camp. He was at another gym, and he came in. I think he was supposed to meet someone. Were you supposed to meet someone?
I was Cody Martinez, who was pretty active with you guys at the time.
Yeah.
He
good dude.
I had started a job and I couldn't make it to any of the sparring days at the gym I was at, and I was like, well, not just gonna go fight and not spar for weeks before. So I just went out there to catch some sparring days, and yeah, ran into Nick, and, you know, in sparring with the other guys, I was like, oh, that just clicked with everybody, you know, especially Nick, and I was like, this is home now.
Okay, nice. Where were you at before?
I was at Ludus for about 3 months or so.
Drew, yeah.
Great gym as well.
Oh yeah, Drew's awesome. Yeah.
Knowledgeable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great
really,
guy.
really good at what they do.
Yeah.
I just saw them this weekend at War. Allison Dubs.
Okay.
Allison Dubs fought this girl from Canada. Good fight, crazy good fight. It was a, it was a good one. Yeah, solid group.
Yeah, the War show. I wasn't there, but it looked really good. I had 10 Kicks on yesterday, and they had.
Yep, they were there
Cole.
as well. Yeah, I just saw them as well. Yeah. I think Cole won his pro debut.
Cole won, yep.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good fight too.
Yep.
Yeah, Cole was looking good, dude. I was watching him warm up in the back with Stan, and he was looking strong. He was looking sharp, focused, locked in. Everything you would want to see in a fighter making their debut, their pro debut. So it was dope to see him go out there and get it done. Walk away with a dub, get his hand raised. So that was cool. So congrats to you. Congrats to you, and congrats to the whole team. That was dope.
Yeah.
I gotta give big ups to the coach. I think the coach don't get enough praise here on the cast. So Stan, you're doing good, man. Keep rocking, brother.
And I know War Kickboxing, I like their shows because we had Juan fight on
Big
there.
fan.
And Landon does a good job up there.
I like Landon's show. I like Landon as well. He's cool.
But it's one of the bigger kickboxing events that are up here. It's not like, because everything's like MMA, Pro-Am. Not that that's a bad thing, but to try to get high-level kickboxing and Muay Thai exposure, high level, getting like pro events, Pro-Ams for kickboxing / Muay Thai. Depending on the rule set, I know up in the Pacific Northwest, we have the options of like the K1 Glory style. You have full rules Muay Thai, depending on where you're at, sanctioning body, and then you have like standard kickboxing. And it's hard to, you see a lot of people have to go out of state to get those high levels. So I know there's, in the future, some things being talked about getting put on, so that's going to be great. But War does a great job up there. And it's a lot of fun to go and do like a full kickboxing show at a pro level. It's like, okay, this is,
I love it.
It's pretty chill, especially just something a little different. And being that's what I came up doing, kickboxing and Muay Thai.
I feel you. I mean, that's always been my love and my passion. I did MMA because there was more opportunity, and like the whole team was doing MMA, and I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I honestly, I wasn't even sure I wanted to do MMA, and then I got the nudge and did the short notice fight on a couple days notice. Went out to Yakima, had like 2 opponent switches on the way there.
I remember you told me.
It was kind of crazy, bro, but it was cool. I won off the couch, bro. Like, it was crazy, dude. It was like, I was fucking not in shape at all. Definitely was unsure of myself. I'm so used to getting like wrestle fucked by these dudes, just getting ragdolled. I'm like, bro, I can't do no fucking MMA. Turns out I was pretty all right at it, and I was like, oh.
You find out that the people that are doing that to you are higher level than the guy that you're gonna be.
Right, and then I was like, oh, after that I was like, fucking sign me up for more. We're good. And then I went on a fucking, 3 first round fucking TKO or KO finishes, like. So that was fucking solid. That was fun. But my heart always will lie with fucking kickboxing and Muay Thai, man. That's why I'm a huge fan of Landon's show, huge fan of Jason's show. So for those that are watching and may not know, it's War Kickboxing, and that is ran by Landon Showalter. It's hosted at the Angel of the Winds Casino in Arlington, Washington.
Is it only at that one, or do they switch sometimes?
I've only been to that one, so I'm not sure, because every time
I get so many shows and so many casinos. I'm like, which one was at which casino?
Right, I know Koga's at a ton of different casinos, so they're big.
Well, and it's not just them, Shout out to Koga, Omar. I'll be doing Sway City Muay Thai podcast live September 6th.
Oh yeah, I seen that
at the event.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
So that's gonna be sick.
Fun. That'll be cool.
You guys got Malik fighting that night?
Yeah. So
Malik's gonna do the podcast the week prior.
Solid.
Trying to get RJ Hoyt on the same time.
No, we're.
So yeah, that'll be dope. Hopefully.
He used to train with us too.
I know.
For years.
RJ's I always tell the stories of my very first smoker at West Coast. I got matched against RJ.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was interesting.
RJ.
It was a mismatch because I had like 40 pounds on him.
Yeah. Bro, RJ's a dog though, dude.
Yeah. It was a fun little scrap.
I'll never forget. So this was back when I was training at Victory Athletics, and we used to host the gym shows at Victory Athletics.
Yep.
He got matched up with this dude, Adrian, and Adrian is just fucking It's just
Adrian what? I was around that whole
Barnes.
time. Who? What?
Barnes.
Adrian Barnes?
Yeah.
Can't picture a face off the top of my head.
I'll find a picture. I'll show you.
I'm sure,
It'll probably click when you see him.
Yeah.
But super cool dude as well. So shout out to him. But dude, it was just he got clipped with, I can't remember if it was like a knee or an uppercut or something like that, bro. But his nose exploded, bro, and there was so much blood. I'll never forget that. But he was tough as hell, bro, and like just fucking. He wanted to keep going, but obviously they stopped it. But like I've seen him just dog on people in other fights, dude. So like he's a tough fucker. Yep. He's cool. He's a good dude.
That's good. Yeah. So when are you fighting next?
I got 2 lined up right now. September 20th, we'll be back at Jason's show at All City. I'm excited for that one. Got a game opponent. Should be fun. Excited to get.
We got a girl fighting on that. I'm just waiting to lock it in. I missed the call from Jason earlier. We're trying to lock it in, but
lock it in.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. I'm just waiting to be like, yes.
I love that. I love Jason's show, bro.
But it should be already good to go. But hope, see you there. And then you got another one coming up.
Yeah, we just locked in a title fight out in OMAC for MMA.
They messaged me asking if we had anybody ready for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they were
I should
looking.
probably message them back. I'm terrible with it. You know how many messages we all get.
Bro, it's hard.
You get like 20, 30 messages a day. You're like,
it's hard sometimes to fucking keep up. It really is. That's why I always tell people, like, bro, like, give me a nudge if I don't do it, because I'm just and doing so much all the time that it's like, it's not intentional. Some shit will just
I don't
slip.
think anybody that is actually building something wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
Because I understand completely. Anybody that's busy or I don't know, I think everybody has a little respect for that.
Yeah.
I can see that you're busy from fucking social, especially if they message you on social. It's like, bro, you see everything I'm fucking doing.
I'm busy for sure. Yeah. But I'm stoked to see him. He's gonna be out at All City, back doing Muay Thai.
That's gonna be dope.
He's fighting a cat out of Muwak. So it's Jalen.
I don't even know what school that is.
Jalen Proctor. Yeah, Jalen Proctor out of Muwak.
Muwak?
Yeah, M-U-O-K.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen them a couple times.
I feel like I've seen it spelled somewhere like on a logo.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times, but I'm not super familiar with the gym, not super familiar with the team. But you know, from what I've gathered, it seems like the Jalen Proctor is pretty game, and he'll definitely be a good matchup for Nick. So I'm excited for that, because you know, I like adversity when I compete, and I like my guys to face adversity when they compete. So they got to actually earn the win and not just be handed an easy victory. You know what I mean? I like to make sure that every battle fought is a lesson learned, win or lose, and you walk away with more wisdom, more experience, more knowledge, and deeper comprehension of the game, and we continue to build from there. So I'm stoked for that. And then we got a quick turnaround. We're going to go straight from that to the MMA title fight out in OMAC against a tough Canadian. Was it Valentin
Sit, I believe.
Sit. Yeah. Valentin Sit out of Canada. So I'm excited.
And when is that?
October 25th.
It's
like,
I forget the name of the
KCS,
promotion.
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think the promotion is KCS. Originally they hit up Malcolm Wagstaff, and Malcolm Wagstaff has, you know, other things that he's committed to. So that opened up that spot that needed filled, and I asked Nick if he was down, and we're like, fuck it, let's run it, bro.
That'd be a cool way to cap off year one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get a little strap. That'd be
so how many fights have you had in your first year?
I've had 4. 4 so far.
Any smokers or exhibitions?
Nah.
No?
I was when I was training at Ludus, pretty quick there was a revolution coming up, and we were grappling a ton at Ludus. That's you know what I mean, kind of their style. So signed up for that. That went all right. I got 2 bronze. I feel like I could have won both brackets, but you know, sometimes those JITS tournaments go. I got rushed out and I was tired, and not to take away from the guys that beat me, you know, they beat me for sure, but learned a lot from that. You know, I was pretty stoked on that. And then right around that same time, Drew approached me and was like, "So, what are you thinking about competing?" And at the time, I was kind of planning on like, you know, I didn't want to put the carriage before the horse. I was like, I'm just gonna put my head down and train hard, and then, you know, when the time feels right, then, you know, maybe start having those conversations. But he approached me and he was like, "What are you thinking about competing?" And I thought he was talking about the rev. I was like, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do it, bro. And he's like, no, like, you want to fight before too long? And I was like, well, if he's asking me, then he probably thinks I'm ready, so let's do it. So yeah, we skipped the smoker stage and just, you know,
straight in.
just
I like that. That's a little bit more old school style too.
Yeah,
because I mean, I did my first smoker, and then within a couple of months, it was like fight, or was that? I think I got scheduled this fight on Sarab's like a month later, and then that dropped right away. It was like scheduled drop. So I had a bunch of fights, but then I fought in December for like a month and a half. Yeah, got my ass kicked. But it was all right. But same thing, like my coach Crew Jones would never get me easy fights.
Right.
Always get tough fights.
That's what it should be, man. It's not real if it's not like that.
What else are you doing if not challenging yourself? Now you're going out there to be looked at a certain way. You know what I mean? If you're like the paper champions or whatever. Like when Stanley was on the other day or yesterday, I was talking about the ability to be seen as a fighter or seen as a coach or seen as a certain way. You can create your own image, you know what I mean? And you see people create that image before they create the sort of the backing of that image, you know what I mean? And that's something that
narrative,
and then you can see like the selfishness behind it, and you can see like when certain things go wrong, they're not really as concerned as they maybe should be. To where coaches that are true coaches and stuff, they're more in depth with their people, and like it takes a lot for me to bust out the phone at the gym and start recording, you know what I mean? Because I'm there to teach, I'm there to help. Anytime I don't, I feel like a cheese dick, and I'm like, oh yeah, look at what we're doing instead of like helping, you know what I mean? But that's the old school fucking stay off social media shit. But I like that you went straight into the AMI scene though, and that was kickboxing right off the bat.
A couple shows at Redemption. My first 2 shows at Redemption, and then we did Jason's show, and then
I was there for that one.
That was a cool show, man. Cool venue.
You fought Kyle. From T3MMA. That's a sister school of ours.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't really know Kyle, but sister school. I mean, ish, something like that. There's always some sort of little weird lineage. Right. Somebody knows somebody that used to train under. For over here, you know what I mean?
A lot of like overlap in the scene. I'm starting to see.
That's a good way
everybody knows everybody, seems like.
Well, I don't think that's a bad thing. It helps really create that community. At least at the higher level, because like we can sit there and be like that community overlap. We can reach out to each other, or he can have me reach out to somebody that I'm better off with than he is, and vice versa. You know what I mean?
Right.
To get guys like you, get you in the right spots for that kind of stuff, or get them on your show, things like that. August 23rd, Comments to Fly.
August 23rd. Creeping
so what are you doing for that show specifically? He doesn't
for the Karma show?
Yeah, the Karma show. He doesn't fill me in like super in depth. Like obviously I'm going to be the ring announcer and co-commentator, correct? Okay. Dope. Okay.
So I'll be your co-commentator.
I love that. Okay, cool.
So that, and then like the little interviews we've seen. We've kicked around the idea of like doing some promotional stuff. The interviews are kind of the only thing we've really like hammered out so far. I've done a bunch of like personal interviews just to like get to know the fighters, but also I still have, you know, this week and next week, and I would like to at least a couple fights potentially put together. You know, I don't know how extravagant I could do it. I have like a decent idea of like how to put some editing together and stuff, but I would like to do some sort of like promotional media type stuff like you see on the big shows, you know, like talk to this guy, show some B-roll of them training, kind of like get them answering questions, you know, pointed at each other perhaps, or, you know, just talking about how they feel going into the fight. So hopefully I can get a little bit of that done as well, and the commentary has been the thing that like I really want to nail.
Yeah,
for sure.
Same. I've been doing my thing.
I'm excited to have both of you guys.
Prepared. Yeah.
Yeah, last
that.
time I was here, I was speaking on authenticity, brother. So I'm super hyped because you're both really authentic in your own skin. Like, you're comfortable in your own skin. You're good people.
I tricked you, bro.
I think it'll be good chemistry. You guys are both chill, laid back, but knowledgeable, approachable, good at communicating. You know, there's a lot of good things, a lot of good positive things to say about you guys. So
being natural in that state.
Yeah. So I'm excited to have you guys both in there doing your thing, man. I think it'll be good. And you know, it's like I really do want to bring like a more authentic look and feel and vibe, just something a little bit different than everything else, you know, because everything else kind of like, I'm not into like this super, you know, cheesy portrayal of like changing your voice to ring a note.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not,
how could I be authentic when you watch my podcast and like, and now you'd be like, that's not how he talks.
We're not.
This is like, God, come on, Zach, just be normal. So I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna have some fun. What are you doing?
Rookie mistake on that one.
How many times you been on this show, dude? Come on,
let's talk about some of the sponsors. I know that the last time you were on, you did the Doughboy cookies. That show was fire. I think about those cookies every day. Bro. I'm like, I could go for some of them shits right now.
I had to get more, bro. I've been a repeat customer since then.
Yeah,
they're so good. But what's dope? Check this out. So they're gonna drop an entire limited menu for the event as a collaboration with Karma Supply.
Are they gonna have them on site?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say,
hell yeah.
You're gonna have the crowd waxing protein cookies.
Bro, they were so good. I'm super hyped. They're getting a whole list of cookies together for the event specifically.
I'm gonna be in there and be like, hey, you better save some shit for me. I'm talking shit.
Yeah, I'm hyped to have them. They're cool. The husband is actually training, and he's gonna be the opener for the show doing a boxing fight against a cat named Short Temper from Street Beefs. So that'll be an interesting little opener there. I'm excited.
You know how I feel about Street Beefs, so hey, this is real competition though. So good job for the Street Beefs people going into real competition. The reason I say it like that is people that match make, when somebody comes across, they say, oh, Street Beefs 6-0, actual competition 0-3. I'm like, bro. So I gotta match make this person with 9 fights, but is it real? You know what I mean? It creates like a weird discrepancy.
Right.
So I always just look at it as like that shit don't count. Not necessarily.
I mean, those are almost like smoker level.
I would say even
maybe
not
even
to say
a step
even
behind
step down.
Yeah.
But it's a different avenue. So what I say is like that's for the person that got up off the couch and went into that one, knowing that it's not a high level sport, versus the people that come in, get up, and say, I want to compete.
I gotta train every day.
I gotta train, or like I'm gonna come to a legitimate gym, and it's not like beginners or people that were sitting off the couch and chose to train. Oh, all of a sudden Street Beefs gives them that avenue. No, every single person starts at the bottom. Like there's always a way to build from that. And the smoker shows and things like that, in my opinion is, unless you're highly talented and you can jump right into that pool, which your coaches will know, but that's typically the way to go. You know, find out what you're made of in a protected environment. Yeah. Versus go and strap on some shoes against some guy that just throws haymakers and practice nunchucks at the fucking LA Fitness to train. You know what I mean? Like that is not what we do, and it cheapens any level of the sport. So here's what I always say is like, if Street Beefs or those backyard competitions, because they do them in like Philadelphia and the East Coast, they do them. There's
I feel like they got multiple chapters.
There is, but think about it like this: Dana White and UFC, they bought out Power Slap instead of that. That's to me says like, okay, I'm going to. I mean, I don't like power slap. That's why I talk shit about it. Like, it's just like, standing.
We got a green light on power slap.
Just eat it. Just sit there and eat it.
Stand there and fucking eat the brain damage. Don't move your head at all. Like, no, that's the complete opposite.
It's kind of wild to watch.
It is,
and it's
but think about it like this: Street Beast is kind of wild to watch. Why would people be like, I'm gonna put up the people that are stupid enough to sit there and stand there and get their ass kicked, versus the Joe Schmo that's half drunk and decides to go lace up his New Balance and go throw a head kick.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I'm
like if I was buying shit, I would have did the same shit. I'll buy power slap first.
Yeah, I mean, I've been
sorry for
kind of training.
I hate almost every episode, and I know the people that run it, and I'm like, no disrespect, but like I do not I don't go bowling either. You know what I mean? Like I mean, for fun maybe, but not competitively. You know, I do something else competitively.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of my point.
Yeah.
It's like football to rugby, or like drunk buddies playing rugby.
Right.
Instead of,
you know what I mean?
Grilling them right now.
Sorry. Double sears?
Like, I thought you said before the show that you don't talk shit about people.
You don't say names or
I didn't say any names. I said organization.
That's true. Good
But
point.
the homeboy Short Timber seems to be training though. I see him posting shit.
I would
regularly.
love to see them like level up. Like, all right, we don't do that nonsense. Like, it got leveled up.
But honestly, I would love to collaborate with them a little bit. I really would.
Oh boy,
I would. I would love to.
You would. I know, because you're like, I'll collab on anything.
Let's go. Let's get to work, bro. Let's build this community. Like, you got a group, we got groups. Like, let's make some shit happen. You know, like, I mean, bro, you can't tell me.
Stomp them when they're on the ground. I'll do it.
You hear me out?
Out of retirement.
You can't want to. I can't. Obviously, they're operating outside. We live in a state that once it starts raining,
forever, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not going to be as enticing to want to be outside.
That's why Crazy Legs wears those costumes.
But
It's just cold.
but we have a space that we could easily accommodate and do more in, and we can help structure, we can help promote, we can help
legitimize
staff and legitimize, you know, like all the above.
Just
like
add to it.
Just a little bit. Maybe we can make some moves together. You know what I'm saying?
So here's the fun thought. Like they always say, like I hear Joe Rogan be like, "Why can't you just fight in like a big ass basketball court on a football field? Because don't you guys have that kind of space?" Like, we're just gonna lay out a giant mat and let the street beefers.
We do have that kind of space.
Just have it out and like just chase each other. Fucking chickens chasing each other. Like,
well, we got the full size. We got the full size, bro. We got a full size cage though. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about like their space is like they don't allow outside people to come in and spectate. They only allowed one person to be with them. So it's like you don't have the space to facilitate spectators, but you stream. But if you came to us, we would have the facility to spectate.
And so, they do draw a crowd.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I'll talk some shit, but they draw a crowd. They know how to organize.
They're doing
well.
I was really surprised too about like some of the stuff behind the scenes that you don't get to see.
Yeah.
Like their little medical tent that they do. Like they do, you know what I mean?
They're doing their best version.
Of
carving their own path,
right?
As you say.
Yeah,
you know,
they're doing good.
You can tell at least it's not like they just like don't give a shit. Like you know how you have your opinions about it, but they do. You know what I mean? Try to put their best foot forward.
No, that's a great point. Is because I don't like the fighters aspect of like I want to do that, not come to a coach like us and not want to do what we offer. And so that's my main criticism. And that's why I say like. So I'm glad you said that because the organization does a good job. They set things up properly.
I feel like the matchups are pretty fair.
I feel like the matchups
they do good
well.
Matching.
Even if it's not like what we are looking for, like I'm looking for. I don't even want to throw you under that bus, but like Crazy Legs, he came to us for a little bit, got himself one of those fights, and like we didn't have anything to do with it. And I was like, I'm not available that week in the corner, but you know what I mean. Like it also wasn't me matchmaking. It wasn't me saying this is available the way that it typically is for a gym coach or a fight team coach. The only issue I have with that organization is that it opens the door for more and more of that. What I would like to see is have some sort of connection with a higher level gym that does the real competition and kind of feed that into you guys, something like that.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be some sort of natural progression, right? Like Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson wouldn't go train. What's that fucking guy's name? Death Sentence. I can never remember. It's just ridiculous. But
I can't with this.
All right, but what
I
I'm
almost
saying
did his little smile he does, bro.
what I'm saying is though, like, to show for him to go in there, try to help showcase a little bit of it because he is local Pacific Northwest, you know, and then kind of get in there himself, rock one of their dudes, and then go off about how this shit's just a circus or whatever he called it, or a clown show.
Well,
and he's like, I'm passionate about fighting.
Yeah.
But that could be the start of that avenue being developed. Like, okay, let's start to funnel some of these guys, like keep them under us or whatever, but start showcasing them at real gyms. Start showcasing them like training for maybe in that transition from one to the next, like you, like on your first event. I'd love to see something like that. Give more of the, like, dissolve the separation between the two and start to
find a place,
be more cohesive.
Be more cohesive. And I think that would take my criticisms away, because now it's another avenue for people to develop versus people thinking I can jump into that pool and not have to be good or train hard or do anything, versus jump into the serious pool like you did and fucking have to go all in.
Right.
Because the lifestyle for a fighter, I mean, is what it is. It's a lifestyle. It's not something that's it's completely different. It's a professional athlete level as an amateur, as a beginner.
But
it takes a level of commitment.
I will give them credit for this, though. I mean, it does provide an avenue for the people that don't want to commit like that. So I can see value there too. You know what I mean?
You have a point. I think it's hard for me because as a coach, I'm going to be all in committed. You know
for sure. Yeah, I mean,
and for somebody that's like, oh, I'm gonna show up and not really like take it seriously,
hard for you to want to pour
but expect you to still
I mean,
coach me at a performance. It's like,
right. I mean,
there's a bit of a disconnect. There,
we got crazy legs after you did, so he's over with us.
But he's committed to you guys, and for a long time. And you guys are a real fight team, and that's kind of like he could be the example of how to bridge that gap.
Right, that's why I'm so hard on him, is because I want to showcase the potential of what could actually be done. And that's why I want to.
As long as the work is being done by these fighters, to actually like obtain a higher level, that's going to give all of it the legitimacy that it needs.
Yeah, and I think they deserve it. I mean, I feel like they put in a lot of work. And do care and give a shit, because I mean, obviously, if you're gonna put in the work, that says something about having some level of care to what you're doing. I just think, I think just being a little more cohesive with the community and not being so way out here and not mixing in the fold with everyone else, because like we all mix in with each other. You know, I think that for their betterment, and I would love to kind of facilitate that bridge to kind of make that transition over to be a little more cohesive. I think that'd be good. I got a handful of people that are relatively new, like less than a year training, but have interest and keep asking me to compete, but I can't put them in against dudes that are, you know, super sharp and training 7 days a week. I'm like, bro, I want to see you 3 times a week. The guys that you're going to be going against train 7 days a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just the amount of reps alone. They're doubling or tripling the output of you. So it's kind of hard to want to put you in against someone that I know for sure is going to become more prepared for what this is actually going to be.
That's a responsible coach right there.
Yeah. So, but
you can imagine the ones that aren't.
Right, but I'm fully comfortable allowing them, say, go over there. You know what I'm saying? Or a smoker. Because I know West Coast hosts smokers, and
I love their smokers.
Yeah, so it's like,
I mean, I cut my teeth there.
yeah, I'd be happy to send people over there too. And they're right down the road from us.
Yeah.
I mean, they're neighbors. So, but
And they're really good about matching. They've done it for a long time. Like that's actually my preferred way to start matching, because you're gonna go do your very first event in a UFC cage.
yeah.
Right? And it's at a legitimate gym where Reese Andy fought for, what was it? This is where they were like the teams. It was like the Seattle Dragons. Or something
yeah,
like that. It was
yeah.
like a team of, because he fought at least one fight in the UFC too. I don't know the exact lineage, but they got a good school. I know Talon basically is like part owner or full owner or something like that now.
Yeah, he seems to be doing a good job over there.
Yeah,
as well, so.
but they run it so well. Every time I go there, I'm very happy with it. Never have an issue. They're always right to come straight to you for the discrepancy on like weight, experience, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Every interaction I have with Tom has been pretty chill, friendly.
Yeah.
He's a pretty chill dude, pretty good guy.
like that. That's I think that gives it a more legitimate sense for that beginner, but it's intimidating. Like when I first did it, like, so here's kind of, I talk about Crew Jones all the time. He's like, oh, we'll just get you in the first smoker. I'm like, I don't fucking just throw people in like that. Not that that's what he's doing, but my first smoker, it was the biggest event I'd ever done. I've never done anything that big before, right? Training hard as fuck for it. I'm not taking it lightly. It's my first fight. It's my first event. And so I don't want to give that kind of like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, fucking kind of mental forgiveness to my fighter. Be like, oh, it's not that big a deal. So now I can show up 3 days instead of 5 days or 7 days.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Built-in excuses and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, well, I heard you say it wasn't that big a deal kind of thing. So I see what you're kind of getting at, where like if there was like a Street Beefs, but like maybe Street Beefs Elite or something like that. And like,
Yeah, because they clearly have levels over there.
and that's what I'm saying.
They
Like
clearly
Street
have
Beefs
levels
and
over
Street Beefs Elite, and these are the guys that are like ready to maybe hit that next level or like riding that kind of wave. So that could be something right there. And then you have people that are like that kind of wishy-washy. Maybe I can't commit fully, but this person's over here is better. They're not just fucking swinging away. They have a little bit of technique, a little bit of experience, even if it's with them. Could be something.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, and that's what I always say is like, I don't like seeing people stay small when they could grow big. You know what I mean? Like that's the big fish in the small pond kind of thing.
Well, and it might be one of
Yeah.
those things that they want to have more control and oversight and not allow others in, possibly.
I fully understand that, because that's why I started my own version of what I do.
Yeah.
Like I have full control, full autonomy.
Yeah, I get it.
Karma. There you go. You
Yeah,
get
I mean, I try to work with others all the time.
But it's like I said to you a while ago, it's when there's 2 people or more people running the show, usually there's a hierarchy that's already developed. Like your role is junior and my role senior kind of thing. Or there's usually a split because of the fact that people don't always mesh well. Like it works well until it doesn't. Like when I was at Winco, I always talk about that was a great company. It always worked well right up until I hurt my back, and then I couldn't do it anymore. And they weren't. They were willing to compensate up to a certain point, and then you know what I mean. The relationships fizzle out. And so having the solo autonomy, or like that overall autonomy, like the CEO position, the ability to say no without having to check with somebody else, that is huge. Like that's where you see people actually like go to the top, because they can make those quick decisions. They don't have like, oh, now I have to tear down and rebuild kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like they don't have that constant, and can I trust this next person? Can I trust the next person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, bro, I
can
that.
trust me, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I can still fuck with you. I could still go out and branch out. Like I can still fuck with Louis. You know what I mean?
Right,
I can
right,
still,
right. I feel
I
you.
can still be a coach at my gym.
Yeah, I feel that.
All that.
I mean, you saw kind of what happened. I had to kind of pretty much restructure, pivot, move laterally, do a rebrand, and all
But
that
when have
shit.
you not? I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when you fucking first started over at Bang. It's like,
Yeah.
and then you left there, and it's like, you got to find that right situation. And like coming back full circle, being back coach of SNRG now.
Yeah.
Not just like Bang Muay Thai where you have to teach their curriculum.
Yeah.
You get to come back around and have an approved level of autonomy. So like from the people that are yo, this person is legitimate. We can trust him.
Do your thing. I love hearing that. Yep. Done.
Yep.
You know, that's why
saying that argument.
I'm like, all right, yeah, cool.
Like matching up the Coleone girl, they're like asking questions. I'm like, I got it. It's basically done. They're like,
that
I love that shit.
That level of creative freedom speaks to my soul, bro. So you know what I'm saying? It's like that.
What's a level of trust?
That as well, yeah. That as well. I definitely respect and appreciate that level of trust, and that's why I take it so seriously and why I'm so heavily invested with everyone that's coming up underneath my tutelage through the lineage of SNRG. You know, it's like I take it seriously. I mean, I tell everyone in camp, I'm like, I'm home during the day with the kids. He lives with me. So if you got time and you're let me back it up. If I see you putting in the right amount of work,
you'll offer extra time.
I will give you extra time.
Same.
And allow you to come to the house, and I will work with you.
Because I want to facilitate that growth that you're already implementing.
Right. For instance,
I totally get it.
I work with him. I work with Madison. I work with other people from other gyms that don't even train, but I see the hunger and the tenacity and their ability to drive towards the progress of that they're seeking. You know what I'm saying? So I fucking love it. And every time I see that, I'm happy to waterboard you with information and make things more subjective to you stylistically, because I don't want copies of copies. I want comprehension, right? So as long as I can instill comprehension and understanding of like positional awareness, what's available, what's not available, what to be aware of, how to shut it down, all these little things like that, like the disruptions and just layering in these like different levels of attacks and you know, defensive redundancies and things like that, like staying offensively minded while being defensively sound, like that little bit of, I want you to kind of take that, but make it your own, you know, like never lose the essence of you throughout the teachings. You know what I mean? Like I'll teach you what I know and instill into you what I know, and I will guide you through this journey of self-discovery as we go through it together. But I definitely don't want copies of copies. You know,
you can't force people into a box like that. Like
Stanley on yesterday, you're gonna move differently.
The exact same thing in different words. So I love that, and like you're gonna hear that from any legitimate coach. They're gonna be like, I will give you the tools necessary, especially like that foundation, but you have to become your own version of a fighter. And so there's no, like, I'm a different version, very different version of the people that taught me.
Right.
But I can still do the things that I do well. You know what I mean? It's not like I went outside of them to specifically become that. I just became my own version of that, and took what worked for me, and studied the stuff that didn't, and that's how I knew it would.
Right.
So the people are like, "Oh, this right cross works great," and are you just gonna pump the right cross all day? No, you're gonna have to have other things. So finding what works for you and becoming your own fighter is just any good coach is going to say that.
Yeah.
Putting in the time to be there and provide those messages, and so they don't just hear it once. They don't. It's just like everyone hears "keep your hands up" a million times. It's like that's nothing new. Hasn't thought of that. But to have that kind of voice perpetually to your students and stuff, I think that's very important. Repeating those messages.
I agree, because there's a lot of times being like newer in the game where I'm going through it now, where like there's things that like you hear and like you can conceptualize it, but until you've done it enough times, like you just can't fully grasp it until you've made the correct model of it. So like getting those constant reminders, and then before you know it, like eventually it clicks. But yeah, without that, it's easy to kind of like, oh, you heard it, but you didn't get it right away, so then you forget it. You know?
Right, exactly. And being in the first year or 2 years, you're constantly downloading new information. That's your thing. Is like your brain is like so much. I throw so much shit at people at first. I'm gonna see what sticks, you know.
Right.
And eventually, those messages are what start to stick because you develop that deep pocket of like what you have to tell yourself, and a lot of that comes from your coach repeating that and finding a different. Well, I'll say this: not every message, the way it's worded, is absorbed. So sometimes you have the exact same message worded slightly different, and that's what makes it click.
Yeah. Verbiage matters.
Yeah.
Because and then once you learn your students' learning style, it becomes a whole lot easier.
Another thing we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
I
noticed
so
that from the
coaches,
jump with Nick, dude. Like he was always looking for like little like metaphors and just stuff that, like, I told him I played the drums and we started talking about like the dynamics of playing the drums. Like you can play the same thing, but you know how hard you hit this cymbal or little accents you put on the cymbal. It could be like the same exact tempo, the same notes you're hitting, but you're hitting them in different ways. And so he would like compare that to striking. Like
that's a great
like when
analogy.
You're sending your probes, you know, you can like throw these things like non-committal to get these guys just to see at first, are they gonna like attack right away? Are they gonna kind of shell and then, you know what I mean? And then you change the dynamic slowly.
Seeing where they're solid, yeah. Yeah, you're just like sending out probes to download information, but imagine the people that don't know how to send out those probes, or they're 100% the entire time, or
and they may not even get it, you know. So then to have a coach that's like, how do I give this to you in a way that you're actually gonna like, you know what I mean,
versus enforcing your way is the right way. Because I mean, we all have our version of that for sure. There's gonna be times where you have to be the drill sergeant, so to speak.
Yeah.
You have to enforce like this is proper. You can't do this without having your hands up or being in an athletic stance or something like that, flat-footed, etc.
Right.
But once you kind of get those baseline things, and you'll see the people you have to enforce it versus the people that are willing to self-enforce.
Yeah.
So
he's really good at that.
Well, so I wanted to touch on something. You live with him, so that is, in my opinion, I feel like that is about as close as you can get is to the old school fight regimen.
That's how I feel as well,
like, man, because you wake up you can't cheat your trainer. He's there for fucking
he
everything.
Sees what I'm doing.
If you disappear for 4 days, where the fuck you at? That's not normal. You know what I mean? It's like the food in the house, like he's gonna notice and be like, oh, what you sneaking in there? You know what I mean? Like,
dude, real quick, dude, funny story. One time I had a little snack accident like a couple weeks out from this last fight.
Hell yeah. That was the funniest word I've ever heard, snack accident.
And dude, I came down like the middle of the night. I woke up, I had to pee or something, and then I'm like, I opened the fridge and I'm just like, man, what can I find that like won't put me way over the edge, but dude, I need something right now. And I'm looking, and then all of a sudden I just hear like a ghost from the living room. Nick was sleeping on the couch. I didn't see him there. He goes, fat ass. I'm like, oh my God, bro.
I can hear him doing that.
Just like, you're right. I'm gonna still eat this salami, but you're right.
Oh man, it's rare when I have those. I gotta eat it's gotta be like an ice cream bar. I'll wake up and be like, ice cream.
I love me some ice cream, bro.
Especially late at night, I get super baked and fall asleep on the couch and gotta go turn off the lights. I'm like, I'm gonna grab an ice cream too.
That's probably what happened. That's probably what I was there.
But yeah, man, it's been an honor and a privilege, bro. I think about it. I think about it a lot, you know. I feel like it's rare. I haven't heard of any other situations aside from, you know, like custom auto taking in Tyson,
like
and
old
like
school or like movies.
Right. Yeah. So it's been, when the opportunity presented itself, and me and Nick just having the relationship we have and clicking right away, I was like, yeah, dude, if you know, feels right, let's do it. And yeah, dude, all the extra time, he's super available for me, and even just like you said, not even. Of course, all the extra sessions we get, we can just go to the garage whenever we want, but also just, you know, having my coach around constantly. If I ever have a question, or if we're just kicking it, throw on some fights on the TV, you know what I mean? It's super beneficial.
Well, when you get to pick up on his mentality, you get to pick up on his mindset. And so when he goes into the corner, or he's cornering for you in a fight, you guys are so ingrained with each other. He's gonna he's gonna have you so dialed, and you're gonna be able to understand him so well, versus it being foreign or clunky or anything like that. That level of like familiarity goes a long way, especially 100%. When you're under that, in that moment of stress, having somebody a few feet away that can't do anything for you, but you like physically, but you know that what he's gonna say is gonna go right to you. Like there's not gonna be any like, how do I need to word this for him in real time? You're way past that. And again, that's an ideal situation, coach to fighter, because just picking up on those little nuances is worth a ton. Because that's how Crew Jones was, and he bred me from day one. And was like, oh no, you're gonna be a fighter. Like this is what we do. We're fighters. We're a fight team. Not a hobbyist. A dip walked in. He's like, this guy's one of our fighters. Fight team.
And anytime we see you guys, you can sense that you guys got a good bond, good connection.
And that's like very similar to what you guys have, and that's I don't want to say that's rare, but your guys' situation is more rare, especially now when think about how commercialized or how socialized all fighting and everything is. It's everybody's creating their own image, kind of setting that aside and being able to live together. And because like you'd be like, why the fuck are you always doing so much social media stuff? Like you can help guide somebody that is open to that versus somebody who isn't. So just being open to doing these things, open to living together even with your coach, knowing that he's going to be there for everything you do, and so and hold you accountable. That's a big deal, man. So good on you. No wonder you're doing so well so quick.
It helps a lot.
It helps a lot. Now, what else after this title fight? Assuming everything goes well, blah blah blah. What's your plans for in the future? Are you just gonna keep pushing for MMA, do Muay Thai kickboxing, kind of dabble in whatever works, and get as many? Are you gonna switch to doing any JITS tournaments?
I would like to do some JITS tournaments here and there. Just like to stay active when I do have. I haven't had a ton yet, but when I do have more time in between fights, moving forward and stuff. But I've thought about it a little bit, man. And at first, the plan was MMA. Like going into it, that was my idea. And then working with Nick and just getting more refined in the striking, and then competing in kickboxing and Muay Thai exclusively for my first 4 fights, which was also Nick's idea. Like there's so many variables in MMA. I think we should dial.
Great formula.
And so I've put some thought into it. At this point right now, I want to. I'd like to, still just compete in both. Like we just got that title fight lined up. Just did my MMA debut last month.
Yeah, congrats by the way.
Thank you.
Right cross?
It was supposed to be a cross, but I have sometimes it comes out a little looping.
Yeah, it happens.
My head
with some people.
Yeah, but
I'll throw one like that once in a while.
Quarterback habits.
I kind of got clipped a little, and the quarterback habits as well.
Oh, okay.
But his cross kind of glanced and slightly turned my head, and then you know what I mean, kind of changed the trajectory. And years of throwing a football, my elbow wants to kind of creep on me a little. But to be honest, this is another benefit of trusting Nick so much, because of all the extra time we get and the relationship we have. Dude, I kind of just don't bear that burden. You know what I mean?
Great.
I just follow his lead.
That's actually kind of why I wanted to ask, is because I had that very, very much same thing. I knew I was going to be active, so he's like, stay ready.
Right. So,
because you can be 3 weeks out, 2 weeks out, the right opportunity pops up, you need to be ready.
Right.
So he kept me there. It's tough on the body, but to just kind of have your coach be able to take over that role for you. I'll get you the fights. The opportunities will be there. You just do your best.
Right.
And
it frees up a lot of headspace too, man.
Exactly.
I don't have to worry about that stuff at all.
Nope.
All I got to worry about is what you were saying earlier, just being a sponge.
Yep.
Taking in as much knowledge as I can, trying to make that model of everything that's going on, and then, firing when it's there. you know.
Which fight of yours was your favorite thus far?
The Olaf fight, for sure. My only loss, yeah.
Okay.
It was a split decision. And like Nick's saying, punching up right from the jump. I had my first fight. That was, we kind of touched on it earlier, but that was set up when I was still with Ludus. And then first fight with these guys, it was actually supposed to be another guy, and then they wanted to, some things got moved around, and Nick was like, you know, it is gonna be a tough fight, brother. He's experienced, he's tough, but it's a winnable fight for you, and I think it's gonna be a really good fight for you. And yeah, my only loss, but felt like, especially in the context of where I was at the time, that was my toughest test for sure. And yeah, even not getting the win, just being right there with a guy that experienced, and like knowing in my head that I think if I do a couple things a little better, that I get that win. Yeah. That one really, like, you know, it just made me hungrier. And also even the loss, you know, loss, I was like, I got to get back in there, bro. Yeah. And it motivated me too, all those little things.
I loved it.
See, now I love that, because like, you're like, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. Like, I need to adjust. Like, kind of almost makes you wish you had like an hour to go back, like without the body damage. Like or like a day or two or a week or something to digest and go right back for like a rematch. Almost like baseball games, football games, basketball games.
Right.
Wish you have that, like, run it back, because you're that close. Yeah. Like you were saying, you're just that close, and to just have that hunger to get right back in there. Not even to say to avenge the loss, but to kind of prove what you've learned so quick. You know what I mean? Like, or to test what you've learned so quick. Right. Yeah, I love that.
And on top of that too, to add to that, I learned so much like outside of the cage. I talked to Nick about this a lot, but I was just chilling pre-fight, you know. I was coming in and out of the back saying what's up to all my family, all my friends. And I just didn't know at the time, you know, like, that I'm the type of person that doesn't work for me. I need to like spend some time in my own head, and I can still like chill, but I need to chill kind of by myself or with Nick, or if there's teammates back there. That's, you know, how I am, yeah. And then also too, the circumstances of the card, there was like 2 super quick first round finishes right before I went out, and that really like even drove that point home even more, because I was so chill. I never like gave myself the chance to like get to that place in my head until they were like, they came to the back and they're like,
now it's too late.
Yep, your time to walk, bro. And I was like, all right,
cool. I know I need to be.
Yeah.
That's a tough little lesson to learn, but as long as you don't end on that, you know what I mean. It's fine. So that's
it took a lesson well.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm surprised. Because like the first day he came, bro, I sparred him, bro. I definitely definitely put it on him. Definitely overwhelmed him. But not like I didn't like hurt him, but I definitely overwhelmed him just to see how well he would do with pressure, volume, presence of someone that's actually looking to exchange and not going to back and cower away. You know, bring the tenacity, bring the aggression, see how well he deals with it. Did surprisingly well off the first go, but I knew I liked him immediately when he came back right away.
Hell yeah.
Bro, I could fuck with that. Because like, I know for sure most people would fucking hang their head and leave and probably pull out of their fight. It was the exact opposite. He immediately switched up and came over, and then was like nonstop the entire time. And I was like, fuck, I will fucking pour into you every day I can until my kid was, because during his first fight, that's when my son was about to be born. So I didn't get to corner him on the first go because my son was born. You know? But every extra time that I had to give him, dude, I fucking gave him right away. And it's just kind of been that way ever since, you know. And then he had the first fight, and then, you know, we got ready for the next one, and then you know, stayed the course, and we made the refinements off the Olaf one, and then goes back to fight Kyle Fight, who is apparently a certified crew.
Under Salhin,
Under Salhin, right? So he's a certified
I don't know
crew.
anything about. I just know the guy that was crew above him, but they're. I don't know.
According to his own post, he's been training for 14 years. So to have Nick, who's still in his first year, handle him the way that he handled him,
Yeah, that's
says
great.
a lot.
Yeah.
So I was hyped on that. So proud coach moment. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So I was super hyped to see that, and then to, after that, go and make the MMA debut and secure a fucking devastating knockout.
Yeah.
Devastating knockout. Like, bro, like I feel like I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to see.
Well, I really like that. How that day one you described. Like put it on you in sparring.
Yeah.
And then you come right back, and it's like, yo, I can help. I can guide you through this. You know what I mean? Because that's, as a coach, that's like the stuff that you can't teach.
Exactly.
The drive, the willingness to come back,
the
and be
heart,
like,
the grit,
or even the fact that you're not counting the cost. You're seeing what you need. You're like, oh shit, there's more on the table. I need this right now. Like I need as much of this experience right now to download so I can be ready for this, because there is no counting the cost, and that's a different mind state. I think for a lot of people, is because you sit there and start telling people like, oh, you start to go over like the day one stuff, like for fight camp. People get that like, oh shit, like that's where's my fucking time with my girlfriend type shit.
Bro, I
And
just had
it's
to have a conversation with the girlfriend last night.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, it's gonna be about, I'm gonna have a quick turnaround. It's gonna be about 10 weeks.
Yeah. And
I'll see you when I can.
I like it when it's so. When I was single when I first started training, and then like when I found myself in a relationship, it's like, this is who I was when you fucking knew me. Like this is who I am.
Yeah.
So anything that ever changed, I'm like just don't ever forget. Like this is what I come from, and like and so having the outside people that aren't like your coach or your teammates, like your girlfriends, your family,
Right.
Things like even just friends. Sometimes they don't want to be on the back burner, but for you, like, to not count the cost and be like, if you're with me, you're with me, because I'm doing this. Like that is a tough position, but something that you can kind of look back and be proud of. Like, I don't know your whole situation, obviously, but how many people have you seen sacrifice everything they could be? What? You haven't seen that many people sacrifice everything? Fucking go be like, oh, I got a girlfriend, or I got a job, or I got fucking.
Oh yeah, they do all the time.
Like, oh,
Every
my grandma's sick, so I got.
Dude, what's crazy is like when I see so many people that are so just raw talent, just out the gate raw talent, athletic as fuck,
but having a life excuse.
Every time they have something. Where I'm like, bro, but you could have so much success, and I think you'd be happier.
I always say the greatest fighter in the world, you don't actually know, because they never made it to that level.
Yeah.
So like we had this, it was a long time ago, he was like a firefighter, fucking phenomenal, probably like just like UFC champion caliber shit, right? Nope, firefighter, just coming into training, stay in shape type shit, and you're like, nope, he's a firefighter. Fuck, dude, like, are you sure you don't want to do this? Nah. Okay, like, I'm just gonna get my ass kicked forever as long as this firefighter decides to be a member of our gym. Shit, I'm giving everything I got.
What's homeboy's name? He's like a Versace model.
Dulatov. Islam
dude.
Dulatov, I think, is the dude.
Savage.
I don't know who
Savage, bro.
He's like
UFC. He's
a
fucking
new prospect. They love him,
monster,
dude.
bro. Monster.
Shit. Don't need to fight.
Versace model, bro. Versace model. Fucking dudes up, bro.
Isn't that what, like?
Imagine calling him a pretty boy talking shit. And
God. That's the one I hate.
Get the rude awakening.
Pretty boy.
Get the rude awakening. That pretty boy gonna fucking fuck you up, bro.
Oh, that's the trigger point for me. Why did you fucking say that?
I like it, dude. You call me a pretty boy. I'm like, no.
I don't know why. It's just one of those. I'm like, did you say that? I don't know why.
I'm not pretty.
It's because I grew up being fat. I'm like, I try to keep that chip on my shoulder. Fucking.
Dude, that's your why, bro.
But then like. If it like it's like, yeah, okay, pretty boy, but like, fuck you. But like, I was going to the weed store and somebody's like, I love your hair. And I was like, I just got the biggest cheesy grin. I was like, okay, that one's okay.
I'll let that one slide.
Yeah. Some lady driving by in her car. But, yeah, fuck.
Hey, shout out to old ladies that will just know that it's not gonna happen, will still hit on you.
With all the confidence. Like, oh yeah. Fucking love that kind of, that's that confidence you can't buy.
Yeah.
That's dope though. No, so real quick, thanks for dropping by and dropping off this Karma gear. This is gonna be sick.
Bro.
I love the Buddha on the back. When are you gonna do the Dr. Dre one?
Oh, that's getting. We're gonna start screen printing that soon.
This is the shit. Thank you.
Yeah, that one's gonna be sick. I'm hyped on that one. That's actually one of my favorite designs.
I got some people like that were messaging like Koi Fish.
Yeah.
Just like, yo, let me know. Fucking
That. I was talking to him the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
He's cool as fuck.
He's cool. He's good.
Love that guy. Do you message him or talk or just
Yeah, just message through IG.
Yeah.
But
I message him all the time. He's a good dude. Very easy to talk to.
yeah,
Like, very
it seems
personal.
like he's got some cool shit going on. I dig that. So I mean, I like guys that are willing to go for it and carve their own path, bro. So I'm saying, maybe we can make some of that shit happen later down the road.
We're trying to get him down for a seminar.
He mentioned that, and I was like, well,
So
I guarantee you I'll be there.
Yep, be in the area. So
soon as you
still
guys
working it out with
Lock it in.
Yeah,
he said he was working on like visa details and shit like that.
and just working on the details with our gym owner, just for like budget wise. But
Well,
just putting it together.
if you pre-sell fucking.
Oh no, we're
spots
already
and
on
shit,
it.
like,
We're already just.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're working on. Is like cost, like what.
I'm down, bro. I'll show up. I'll
There's
probably
a
get
lot
other
of
people to show
I was
up.
gonna say there's.
I'll bring some people.
From who I've
Support.
talked to in the community, there a lot of people are willing to show up and show out.
Yeah, I'll bring some people. I'll bring some people to support you, support him,
Appreciate it,
support the show, support the gym.
And the more people that we do the pre-sale, we might be able to get like that cost down a little bit better, especially the word of mouth before I put out the pre-sale.
Yeah, because I mean, once you start to like pushing the flyers and stuff like that.
Well, because you start to see like so and so puts like Sanchai or Stamp Fairtex or somebody like the big international fighter names. So they come out and they're like, oh, $120, $160 a seminar or something.
Yeah, but
crazy.
they also oversell.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no space to work. And it's like,
exactly.
I fucking hate that shit.
And that's why, like, but also, though the international ones, it's usually it's usually managed by people that like set up these seminars and stuff. It's not like Sanchai is making the fucking call.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do a seminar at fucking Synergy Fitness Quest. You know what I mean? He's not calling to make these.
I mean,
like,
there is some that handle themselves.
there are, but the ones that are doing like the 1FC, like they're little handlers or whatever. But that's what I like, that we start making our own connections, start bringing people in.
Yeah.
You know.
That's another thing that Jason does really well. That I fucking respect.
I love that.
a lot
Yeah.
of. Big fan of Jason. Because I got to meet Nick Hemmers a couple times through him, and then some Nexon through him. He did some homie shit, and I couldn't make it to the seminar midweek.
I saw that.
So she just so happened to miss her flight, so I got lucky that I mean. Sucks she missed her flight, but I got lucky that she missed her flight.
You were able to take advantage of that time, that lost time.
Right, so he lined me up with her to go out and just get a one-on-one session with her, which
I saw that. That was so dope.
It was super dope.
Yeah.
So that was a great experience for me, man. So I'll never forget that. That was sick.
Well, and I love that, you know how like as like coaches and higher level fighters and people that do seminars and stuff like that, to get somebody that knows what they're doing right off the bat and can make the adjustments that they're going to suggest without having to go through all these little obstacles and stuff from making, like, that makes higher level people working with higher level people, it makes it mesh so well because it's like there's not a lot of fucking obstacles. There's just not a lot of things that you have to work through, hopefully. It's like, oh, no, make this small adjustment, and then you do, and you're like, yes, perfect, thank you. Fuck. Because no disrespect, but I work so much with beginners. I know you do, too.
Yeah.
That it's like, I mean, how much of your time is getting the foundation back to proper, and then also developing the higher level guys. But I know you guys got a good high level team, a good team of coaches over there. So you guys are pretty set. I like that.
We're doing our thing a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and
we're growing too.
Fucking consistent. Like, how did JoJo's fight go? I didn't even get to talk to him.
The one he just
on Friday.
Oh, it went well. So it was a majority draw. 2 judges scored it as a draw. One judge scored it 39-37. I agree with the one judge. I'm slipping. I agreed with the one judge that scored it at the 39-37. He did really well. For JoJo,
okay.
Yeah. So JoJo did really well. He controlled the pace, the space, constantly like working, and I think he did really well for his second professional boxing fight. And I mean, it was pretty dope to even see him on stage with Roy Jones Jr.,
That was
bro.
sick,
Like that was pretty cool.
Especially like he took it on how many days notice?
Just a few days, yeah.
Not even a week.
JoJo's a dog, bro. I love JoJo. Yeah, I love JoJo, bro. He's a good dude.
Stay ready, so you have to get ready.
He's on it, bro. He's on the gas. So like, I'm hyped to see him doing his thing, man. Because, coming up in the gym together under the SNRG banner, competing on shows together back in the day, and to see him still so hungry and actively pursuing it is super dope, man. And all the while doing so, he's still actively filling the capacity as a judo coach, and he does a great job with it. He's helping a lot of kids in the process, and
I love having him on because he's really good. He has really good feedback, especially for like the judo and talking about the kids class and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not something that like as many. I mean, this is the Jordan podcast number 23. So, but as much time as I've done, there's not a lot of talk done for how to structure and how to prep for kids class. And I know that there's going to be listeners out there that, they're like, oh, my kid does this, and there's going to be perspective. Like I always say, when it comes to kids class, that conversation on the ride home with the parents, that matters so much. The conversation that they have on the way to the gym. Is it just eat your cracker, eat your goldfish, and fucking listen to some whatever the fuck kids listen to now, or whatever? Like, is it just idle? Is it not controlled? And is it looked at as like a daycare? To where you get to be hands off, or like swim class, like their instructor will take care while I'm up in the thing, and it's like, no, you need to understand that you're going into a disciplined form, and it's going to be difficult. This is not just an after-school activity. This is a higher plane, and that parents are also accountable. Like, if you're going to put your kid in here and spend your money and let me be the coach, you have to understand that it is going to bleed into life, the rest of your life. And it starts with traveling to and from.
Right.
And so if the conversation is negative about your coach, or positive about your coach, or about another person or another parent in the environment, are you perpetuating a negative connotation that's going to surround their brain in that environment? Or now are they looking at this person or another kid or whatever with that parent's outlook versus an innocent outlook?
Right.
Or is it be like, yes, you're doing a great job, your kids are doing a great job? Do they have a completely hands-off and like, hey man, I trust you to do your thing, the way most coaches need?
Yeah, it's a prime opportunity to cultivate the right mindset for growth and stimulation, for them to really kind of expand themselves and actually really extract everything they possibly can to reach their max potential under the tutelage that they're currently under. And I mean, not every coach is good. There is a ton of coaches out here that are dog shit. I've been to plenty of gyms where they're fucking just straight dog shit. But when you're at a facility that cares, and you can tell the coaching staff cares, and they want to provide the best quality environment to really get your students to grow, I think it is incredibly beneficial to have a supportive and involved parent that wants, like, hey, you know what, you know, I like, for instance, I got the 2 boys that I train on Saturdays usually. Like, their dad, Marcus, super cool dude. He's constantly, you know, in my ear, like, what can I do to help, you know, reinforce what we're doing.
That's great.
You know, he's like, I think maybe a little bit of this might help. Like, he's providing feedback from their perspective of what they're getting from the kids when they do.
Yeah.
And like, I
From what
appreciate
he's
that
seen.
too. Yeah. Because like now I get more nuance and more
That's awesome.
perspective, so I can make adaptations to better suit these 2 kids to further their progress and get them to be the best they can be.
Yeah.
So I love a actively involved parent in the right way.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Well,
So-
there's always, you know, not even necessarily the only right way, but there's like a correct way to kind of go about things.
A respectful way. Like,
and there's obviously, everybody knows when they're doing things the wrong way, or like giving into a negative emotion, or like JoJo kind of talked about.
Yeah, like before.
But I want to circle back to Nick for a second, though. You, again, living with Nick and being through all this, you get to sit there and see what your coach is learning too, just like that father is saying and reciprocating that back to the coach. Like, all right, this is what I'm seeing outside here. Like, I got eyes on him outside of the gym. This is what I'm seeing in that regard. This is what, you know, for whatever you're teaching, necessarily whatever it is. And then you can be like, oh, okay, you know, that communication, so, like, you're doing stuff that he's not seeing, and then he's doing stuff that you're not seeing, and then coming back, and now you get to witness, like, okay, he's seeing what parents do, blah, blah, blah. So you're gonna have a genuine perspective of all around fight game right off the bat, to where a lot of people, I'm just the fighter, I get to completely, you know, dissimulate or whatever it is from the rest of the from any of that coaching, or from the politics, or from how certain little situations can be coached, or just kind of guided through those little tactics, you know. And that's something that I learned in management. There was a bunch of like little fucking things, but it's common sense. Like, how would you want this situation to come out? What should you say to kind of guide things that direction? What should you not say? If they react in a negative way, what's the proper way to respond versus an emotional state or something, so on and so forth. But you're gonna get to learn all that from a true fighter standpoint, and like living, and I mean by living in-house and experiencing his downtimes or his frustrated moments too as a coach, to where as a coach I try not to display that to the team if like, unless it's on the back end, like outside of the gym or whatever.
Yeah, he gets the full spectrum.
And but that level of an understanding is going to make him respect you more, because
100%.
You're going to have to fucking sit there and grit your teeth and not address certain things, or find a better way than an emotional response, because any of us can blow up. But to find a pathway to actually like describe something or change something that isn't necessarily a good situation, find the best outcome as a fighter, you know, as we always try to do. That level of experience, like, that's invaluable. So, just keep soaking that up.
100%, bro. Yeah, I can tell for sure, man, that like, well, actually, I take that back. Sometimes you can kind of like lose the forest in the trees a little, you know. But then sometimes when I take a step back, like, I try to just keep my head down and just work, you know what I mean? But inevitably you get those moments where you like, you know, you kind of like look in the rear view and see how far you've come. And then in those moments I can tell the impact that it's had in such a short time. Like, I've learned enough that I can even, I feel confident like helping my teammates out, you know, even ones that, you know, have been doing it a lot longer than me. I may not have much to teach you, but like, bro, I know I can hold pads for you. You know what I mean? And like, just
providing another outlet, even if it's not like super technical. Or
he also knows exactly what I'm gonna fucking tell you.
Well, so I was gonna touch on that too. Like teammates, like Madison. I've gotten super close to Madison along the way as well, because how close Nick is to Madison, and she's even mentioned this too, you know, like she trusts me because she knows the things I'm saying are coming from like a reputable source. And I'm also confident too, like when I see little things, I can play another role, you know, not be a coach in the ear, but a teammate, but I know what she's going through, you know. I see the nerves, and I remember how Nick kind of walked me through it, you know, and a lot of times you don't
coach's perspective somewhat.
And it's nice too, like a lot of times in the role I'm in, I don't I'm just gentle reminders, or even no reminders, just checking in just to see, you know what I mean? And even just like getting your teammates to like repeat those positive affirmations out loud type of thing.
Yes.
Like those
now
little
that's
things.
another tact, because you know your role. You're not overstepping it. Like, I live with the coach. I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Because just by saying that or acting that way can really put people off.
Yeah.
But
dude, sometimes I feel uncomfortable. Like there's things where like I see
feel
it.
uncomfortable. It's growth.
Yeah. True. Yeah. But like there's moments where like I see things and like I know what Nick has told me, you know, not even what Nick would tell me, but I know what he's told me when I've done certain things. And a lot of times too, I think the way I've worked through it is just to frame it as like, I'm not telling you what to do, but hey bro, this is what Nick showed me and works great for me, dude. You should try it, type of thing. But yeah, even sometimes I do have a hard time. Like by no means do I want to overstep or make anybody feel like I think I'm better than them because of.
And you never know what one person is going to be like, have that little sensitive trigger.
Yeah. But then also too, I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, but also if I feel like I can help somebody, and that's why I try to frame it as like, you know, take this or don't. I'm not telling you what to do, but if I do feel like I can help somebody, I'm trying to also step into that, like just being confident in, you know what I mean? I know I've been brought up the right way up until now, so if I do feel that calling to like, I can share maybe this or that, you know, I do want to share that because it's only going to make all of us better. It's going to make me better in the process too. Like Nick is always saying, and you being a coach, I'm sure you know super well, when you start helping other people through things, it just makes you that much better.
That's the learn twice part of it. You know, when you start to pass that message on to, you're like, I didn't even think about needing to know this detail that I already actually know.
Right.
And I'm like, I know this detail, but I've never explained it before.
Yeah.
And now I need to learn a better way to explain it or whatever. But being comfortable enough to do that, but being uncomfortable at times. Like, you don't want to cross any barriers. You don't want to offend anybody. But knowing what's right and what's wrong, you know what I mean? And being able to push that out there, what I say is that's like a... kind of like a senior student. I don't know how else to really say that, or like first student kind of role, because every student body has like kind of a leader, you know what I mean? And the ones that are kind of dabble in that leadership role, I'm talking about outside of the coaching role, but like the ones that in the student body that kind of dabble in and kind of dabble out, they're not always trustworthy. Not necessarily because they shouldn't be or don't know what they're doing, but because they don't have the confidence to trust themselves to put themselves out there like that.
Right. Yeah.
You developing that and developing the confidence to put yourself out there like that, that's where you do become like that, even just a high level trustworthy student, to where he's got too much coaching duties. Hey man, I trust you well enough to go be a second for this coach. You know what I mean? Like where he knows you well enough that you're gonna go do what he would do in that situation, type of thing. And that's how I was always kind of brought up with Drew Jones. Like he can trust me on that back end because I'm gonna do exactly how he taught me.
That's something I even like. That's one of my checks and balances with myself when I am having these conversations in the gym. Is like I try to make it clear if I am going to speak, like, is this something that I know that I've been taught that I'm passing on, or if not, if it's more something I'm bouncing ideas off of you and we're both like, what do you think about this or that and the third? I try to at least make it clear to myself and maybe even go the extra mile to be like, hey, I'm coming to you like because I also don't really know, bro, like type of thing.
Well, that's a introspective look, so that's really good. And the fact that you kind of have that kind of communication is really important. It's not a lot of people do. They'll just go in there and start doing it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So having that level of communication, that's huge. I would just
Thank
keep
you,
it
man.
up. Just keep it
Thank
up,
you, bro.
It'll get there.
100%.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
So
He's doing great. I have him work with other people all the time, you know. The drills that I kind of layer as like foundational drills, like he's really refined that. So I'm always pulling him to show certain things. Him and Madison, because I work with them both so closely. I think people expect it from him, but I think people get kind of surprised sometimes when I pull Madison and she does it so well.
yeah,
But
that's great though. But then pulling somebody in that you don't have to. I hate when I pull in. I don't hate it, but I pull in a student that they don't know exactly what I'm talking about, and then they'll throw something else. But having two people that they understand what you're looking for out of when you're communicating to the class, they understand what you need. To where somebody
and they're comfortable enough to come up and help me show it.
Yeah.
which is great.
or people not.
Because there's people.
I don't even consider that. I'm like, who?
There's like there's people like G, for instance. G knows all the shit that I'm showing.
But she's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I
Well, it's like knowing your role. It's like knowing your people.
She's helpful.
I love G.
Yeah,
she was over on Friday. I was giving her shit.
I love G.
on Friday.
She's cool as fuck. I fuck with G. So she's one of those people that's like I can have her show some stuff, but I think sometimes like she doesn't necessarily want to be in front of a bunch of unknowns, and like those classes that I have, like those classes have influx on occasion, where like some days I have 25, other days I have 45 people. You know what I'm saying? It's just the class varies, and my day-to-day class is growing on a regular, consistent basis. I'm acquiring new students from different places on a regular, consistent schedule here now. So, and I got other stuff that I haven't even got to really cover yet. But yeah, so having a couple people that are competent and confident enough to come up and show the stuff that we're working with the class is pretty nice to have.
For sure.
So I feel. I'll say I'm pretty blessed to have a good group to help push and be the wind in the sail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm constantly grinding, but I couldn't do what I do without the support of the ones that are supporting. You know what I mean? So like, I fully recognize that. That's why I do make it a point to like tell them I do appreciate them and their efforts, and I try to pour in them as much as I possibly can. So yeah, I'm stoked to have a good group. I wouldn't be shit without them. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be shit without the group that I came up with under the banner of SNRG. I wouldn't be shit with the group that I have now that I'm currently working with to build and grow and establish with. You know what I'm saying? Though it's like I'm pretty grateful.
It's pretty hard to do anything on your own nowadays, anything big. So like to have that's important. So and like especially like with your students and stuff like that, the ones that you can trust. It's like how many, like I appreciate my students a lot too, and it's them having the trust in me and the rest of our coaching staff to be confident that they can put out a high level product of themselves, or like put out a high level effort, get good at certain things, versus where you see like some other places that are just kind of like the McDojo and just be like, oh, just go do it, just go do whatever, just go kick the bag. It's not like this kind of correction. It's more just a kind of to exist, or to, I don't know if it's a capitalist money grab, because this is America.
It seems more of that sort of thing.
Well, there's always the mix of the two. Like I want to exist, I'll make my money, but like I'm not necessarily here to do the betterment, to where like that, because that's all in on the selfless type of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of these like, you know, brands or affiliations do tend to be, and there's plenty of gyms and coaches that portray selflessness, but the reality is very selfish, and just make me feel gross when I have to operate near them.
Same. And
I just can't do it.
It sucks because we're here in Western Washington. There's a few. Obviously, like, I'm not gonna bring up names, but it sucks when we try to be as genuine as possible, as authentic as possible. I know that's the new way of saying I'm real or keep it real, but like the authenticity, you can tell the people around in the community that know who's real and who's not, and who's been around and stuff.
Who's here for the right reasons.
Right, exactly. And it's very apparent when those who aren't really put themselves out there. They're really, what I say is like let's say like if it's, I don't care if it's a fighter, I don't care if it's a gym owner, I don't care if it's a coach or someone that runs a promotion, you can tell when they are invested in other people versus only themselves, or mainly themselves. And they don't have as much humility as you'd like to see. Or, how do I say this other part, is you fought before, I fought before, you're fighting now. A lot of these experiences are established before we go out and put our image together as like this is like karma. This is what I want to be seen as. You've been in the scene for a very long time versus building that image to a certain level and not really necessarily having like a level of credentials that kind of back that image or that portrayal that you're putting out there. And because you're good at that sort of a thing, now you can portray or imposter certain things like that.
Yeah.
And certain people go out further into the communities or into like the worldwide level, and they don't know that they have that sort of connotation inside the community, that people actually know them well enough. Like, this is the actual situation. That's what you don't know. But from the outside, it looks great. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you're running Karma. Let's say you know somebody else that runs a business and they do a shitty job and they take advantage of people. But on the outside, you don't see that. You just see the image that they portray as their business, you know? And so that's where the falsities of like social media and personal image creation, sometimes you gotta really actually like take your time and feel who's authentic and who's not. Because you're gonna have haters, you're gonna have people that dislike you no matter what. But to stay true and stay authentic to what you're trying to do and who you're trying to be is fucking everything. And once you break that for one reason or another, that's going to trail with you. And so all of a sudden, 10, 15 years down the later, you're trying to start your own brand. Remember that one time nope, I don't know if I can fully trust that. You know what I mean? Right. And I'm sure there's somebody in the community that can say that about me. Sure, there's somebody that can say that about you. Yeah. But when the generalized talk amongst the community,
right, the general consensus doesn't overlap with the
exactly. And
the
now
one outlier,
and now the community's view is kind of negative towards a certain situation versus outside of that community it's viewed as totally fine. The Instagram thing or social media or YouTube or whatever you have. But like I could sit there and sell myself as something I'm not all the time. You know what I mean? But sooner or later, it's gonna get called out. Yeah,
and I'll credit something to you that I don't even know if I've mentioned to you, but I remember when I think we were at a Koga show when we started chopping up about you potentially doing this. I think we're both cornering
Darren. I'm sure it was Darren.
I'm pretty sure that was the
shout out there, Darren.
But
Hollywood.
But I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean? Because like I remember kind of talking to you about and kind of giving you just a little bit of a nudge to kind of like find your own lane, bro. Like you're too genuine and too good of a person to not find your lane for you to benefit and constantly pour into everyone else around you. So it was dope to see you kind of like take that and do it. But you know, I struggle with wanting to be out front on camera and wanting to be the face and be the voice and be the image. Like I don't really like it, so it's hard to like want to put myself in that position now, because like the more you're in the spotlight, the more you're under scrutiny. You know what I mean? It's like I didn't really want to be blasted all over the place, because I really am about building community and building others. Like, I wouldn't be the coach that I am if I wasn't, and I wouldn't.
Well, that shows before you can say it, though.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
When the evidence is out there, like the writing is on the wall, and then you just come and say what everyone's already fucking reading. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, man.
Like, oh yeah, like, read all about that right there.
It's just,
it shows, and I appreciate what you said about me, and that's what. I don't want to say that's what I want to provide. I think that's just what it comes out as. Because there was no like, I'm gonna keep shit real or anything like that.
You don't have to, because it's already felt.
Just gonna,
you know what I'm saying? The presence and energy is already felt. It doesn't have to be said. But
thank you. Yeah.
But you know, but what I'm getting at is that obviously with the pivot and the lateral move and me being a sole proprietor and having to do things out front now, like I don't have anyone to be front man. Like, I have to be front man. You know what I mean? So, but you know, I see you doing it, and I'm like, you know, it's something that's not something that you wanted to do either, but you're doing quite well with what you're doing. I'm like, I can suck it up. I can be out in front a little bit.
I love that. So that's something that always brings me back to stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's like when you do something or when you're doing something, not necessarily for me, but like it gives other people the like silent permission, that nonverbal permission to do the same. It's like, okay, you know, like maybe that's not as bad as it looks, because like I say every episode, like I didn't want to fucking put myself on camera. The first fucking half dozen episodes, I could barely watch myself. I'm like, fucking first clip I fucking come across, I'm putting that out and I'm done. So but you just get more and more comfortable with it, and like you said, you didn't want to be the front man, but sometimes as a business owner, you got to do the things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say sometimes, all the fucking time. All the time. And like, that's the name of the game.
It is.
And kind of biting that bullet and just being like, fuck it. And then kind of dabbling and starting to get more comfortable and growing through that. Like, I think when you do that, or like you use me as an example, but I just kind of do my own thing. But if somebody comes and they're like, oh, you know, that helped me kind of have a voice, or like people that don't want to come on the show because of that, and I'm like, keep nudging them, like, come on, it's gonna be fine. And they start to just think the same thing. So you saying that right there it's gonna offer up that permission to the people that are watching that are like, oh, I didn't really want to fucking be on. Like, how are you feeling about being on camera?
Dude, honestly,
all that shit.
At first I was like, yeah, I'll do it, you know, I'm down. But also there was in the back of my mind, I'm like, bro, how often am I like tripping over my words and this, that, and third.
Super critical of yourself.
And I'm so new, like how much do I, and I mean, some of this is just that like little seeds of doubt that you have to tell to shut up, but you know what I mean, like how much do I really have to add type of thing. But yeah, like you're saying, bro, sometimes it's just, actually Malik had said something, I'm gonna forget exactly what he said, but it was good. It was fuck, I forget what it is, but he was talking about how like just, you know, basically sometimes the biggest like steps you're gonna take are like when you're doing it in the face of doubt, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's that courage.
All right.
Like courage in
so when you reveal to yourself who you are.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Right. That character through hardship.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and it's not even that hard. It's just something that like you're like, maybe this is hard for me. You know what I mean? Because so like I always say, there's that outside portrayal that fighters are all tough guys and all this stuff. It's like fighters vulnerable as fuck. You see how sensitive, moody, emotional. Yeah, so it's like, but very
lonely for sure as well. On top of it, because you're so dialed in on fucking cancer.
I don't want to talk about that. But just going out of your comfort zone and doing it a little bit and being like, you know, that's not that bad, and then all the positive feedback that comes, and it's like, oh, you didn't think about the 1,000 things that I thought negatively about myself in that, and they're like, no, I didn't even think anything negative about you. I thought I was happy, you know. Like when I start seeing you on there, I didn't think about, oh, you're new to this. I didn't think, oh, why is it this guy? Who is this fucking guy? I don't think like that. I'm like, that's dope. What are they talking about? You know what I mean? And hopefully the people that are interested, they're going to sit there and want to hear what's going on. The ones that are hopefully disinterested, fucking move on to something that they are. You know, and if they're sitting there listening to every word, or listening to you stutter, like, bitch, let me put you in this position. Let me put you on camera right here and have you fucking articulate everything.
Right.
I went back to reading a whole bunch because I know that helps with communication, vocabulary. Well, yeah, it's fundamental, as they say.
Yeah, I will
reading
say
Rainbow. Oh yeah, by the way, motherfucking, no disrespect, but we're taking back the rainbow, okay? No disrespect to gay people. You can't have every color. Like, I got it back. I got a weed jar that says "Nugs, not drugs," and it's a rainbow, and I'm like, can I have, like, if I brought that out here, this motherfucker would be like, you're gay, bro. Like this guy. This thing turns, like, watch this. This ooey sign is sick as fuck. Where'd it go?
Butterflies in the sky.
Where's the gay one? No. Boom. Can't have it. So no, we gotta take it back. You can't have every color. No disrespect.
Don't be selfish.
Don't be selfish with every color. Remember, so I said reading Rainbow. It's like, can't watch it anymore, bro. Yeah, not fucking classic, but no. Like reading Rainbow. Like, remember? I don't know if you ever watched that. Yeah, that was the shit back in the day. And so I started reading again because I forget what it was, but I was talking about like the mind connection through speaking. It's not even through reading out loud or anything like that, but memory retention, better like vocabulary, all these fucking things that come along. But what really kind of got me to go back to it is I found myself like stuttering or like losing my train of thought thing. And so it's really helped me kind of get back to that. And I'm not even reading a whole lot of stuff like self-help or any of that shit. It's like martial arts or it's old school literature or something funny as fuck.
Right. Something that keep you reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully.
As long as you're actively keeping your brain engaged, bro, I think you're doing all right.
Well, it helps so much because how much are we on the fucking computer or on our phone? Because I'm editing video. Like I had an eye strain earlier from fucking being on the laptop all day and on the phone. No. Change the fucking sign. Oh, that was better actually. But no, just you know how it is, and like communicate, because we were on the phone earlier today. That's the only whole reason we were able to just randomly put tonight together. But speaking of which, talk to Uwe. Trying to put something together.
Let's go.
That's gonna have Uwe banner up at the fights. So they're putting it together. Just talked to AJ and Jess today. They're up at the Rips Uwe on 512 by the Frugals right there. Shout out. So those are the homies. Anybody that's listening, follow. Trying to get them more involved in the martial arts Muay Thai fight scene up here. Being that Uwe, means
it's perfect.
Yeah,
it doesn't get much better.
Yeah.
We need a strain called body kick.
Oh, bro.
I'm saying. Oh, look at that. Right off the bat, we get positive feedback.
That's
actually sick. It's funny because like Omar was like saying the same thing. Shout out to Omar from Koga, because he's like, I know the guys at Thunder Chief, but I'm trying, people at Uwe, let's get them on there and shit like that. And he's like, I'd love to get like another strain named something. And I was like, I'm already on it. Like I already got my thoughts. So, they're good people, and you know how many fucking people at every fight show coming up like, oh, Uwe, you know them, like, oh, this is my dad paying. So they'll have something. Yep. They'll have something put together.
Oh, what's car right here, my man?
And they're dope people. You know what I mean? That's a big thing for me is good.
That's the most important.
That's the most.
I really don't want to. Yeah. I don't care how cool your brand is if you're a douchebag.
So it's funny, I go to the Zips right next door, and shout out to the ladies at Zips, my people. I don't throw names out there, but you know who you are.
I fuck with Zips.
Fucking love it. And I go there for the people, not because I don't go anywhere to get weed, but they're like, they'll film me, and I'm like, oh, watch out for these people, it's like, these people are good people over here, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, perfect. It's like same thing as if you were to tell me like, bro, just kind of watch out. Like I can watch out for myself well enough, but to hear from somebody I know is going to give me legitimate feedback.
Right, a trusted source.
Yeah, trusted source.
Yeah.
So I really fuck with Uwe. My boy Rick put me on with them. So
Yeah,
it's going to be dope to have them at the
yeah, that's why I fuck with you. That's why I was like, I'm definitely trying to get them involved. If they're rocking with you, and I'm rocking with you. Like,
appreciate it.
I feel like we should.
Yeah, we'll put something together.
Rock together, make some things happen.
And you know, like when I was talking to AJ today, it was sometimes you just gotta like talk with people in person because
Yeah, it's always. But honestly, I prefer person over anything.
Well, I mean I hate to disconnect all the messages. That's why I'm like, yo, you got time for a call?
Yeah.
So, but to be able to display like, yo, this is what we're trying to do, and actually have that conversation, be able to see a person like talk about it, be genuine. So I know, like, because everybody's fighting so hard just to grow right now. It's like, all right, to see him at least be willing to start pushing in more in this direction would be great. Because I know they got a ton of pages to follow. They got a bunch of people kind of doing their subsidiary stuff with them. So I'm not exactly sure what that's gonna look like, but definitely trying to put it together. So it's gonna be dope for show.
It'd be dope to have them in the network, bro. You know, I keep telling you, like, I just really want to build our own network, bro. Like, let's just.
I mean, I think we are.
We're working.
It's just not done yet, or it's not. I mean, not that it ever would be.
I don't think it ever will be. Yeah,
it's just
like
it's
like
not as off the ground as we're trying to get it yet.
Right.
So we're still getting it off the ground, or like putting the foundation together, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, man, this first show is going to be huge.
I'm excited for it, man.
Yeah.
I am as nervous as I am. I'm really excited. I'm excited to see some of these debuts. We got people coming up from Arizona, from MMA labs to compete on the show. That's going to be dope. You know, MMA lab is a reputable gym down in Arizona who, you know, obviously homed one of Tacoma's own, Benson Henderson, for years. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope for me to have a gym that a high level local was out of for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's cool to have them in the house rocking with us. You know, like I said, we got Madison, we got Mathis, Ryan McBroom.
Oh yeah, how do we feel about
Ryan McBroom?
Nice.
All right. Ryan McBroom is one of the ones I'm probably most excited about.
Okay.
Ryan McBroom is a judoka mostly, right? You know, it came up doing judo, has jiu-jitsu background, really cool dude, loves to learn, just absorbs anything you're giving him. He's probably been coming over to my side for probably about the same amount of time that I've had Nick, about like 9 months. So his striking has just been on a upward trajectory ever since. So he's really rounded out his skill set, and I'm looking forward to see how well he does climbing into the cage. Unfortunately, I feel really bad for him. His car got stolen today.
Oh
shit, dude.
Fuck.
Dude, yeah, his car got stolen today. But
That's why.
He seems.
Put that shit out.
Yeah.
We're like, yo, let's find this motherfucker's ride, because that shit works.
Right?
Yeah.
It was a Hyundai Elantra. I'm telling you, if I'll get the license.
This is
plate.
why, like, I put. People are like, don't put stickers on your money. My team stickers all over my truck. Like, you're gonna.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's the one that has a shitload of team stickers on it.
Right.
Idol Jiu-Jitsu, Sri Suk Muay Thai. I'd be like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yep.
The silver bullet.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. Fucking listening, like, oh, there he goes.
But
Throw the eggs.
I'm excited for that one, man, because he's
Suck
fighting
together
this kid, Aiden. Was it Gokro?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Gokro? Yeah, Aiden Gokro out of MMA lab as well. So that's going to be a good one, because he's another one that's a tough, young, hungry up and comer, super athletic, looks the part, trains the part. Eager to compete. He seems like a really good dude as well. I'm stoked to host him for his MMA debut. So they're both having their debut, and they're both very similar stylistically, build wise, frame wise. It doesn't get more even on paper. You know,
that,
so
yeah.
I'm excited to see.
And that's the best you can do as a matchmaker, as a coach. Like, try to get it as close as you can.
I like fair. I want fair. I want exciting. I want it to be able to go either way, but I want to see who wants it more and who's going to dig and find the opportunity and seize their moment. You know, I want to see that. As a coach, as a fight fan, you know, as a former fighter, you know, I love seeing those kind of fights. So it'll be cool to see that one. That one's going to be a banger. We also got this dude named Joe Kabimba. He's at our gym. He's scrapping on the card as well. He's got a Taekwondo background. Very athletic guy.
Yeah.
Long guy, long frame, powerful kicks, scrappy. I'm excited to see fucking how well he does in MMA.
Okay. Hell yeah.
He's doing his MMA debut against another dude that just fought on the Fight Quest 12 show.
Okay.
His name's Aslan, and that one's gonna be a fucking scrap for sure. So
it's gonna be a night full of good fights, man.
Like I said, there's some debuts. It's
being that
debuts,
it's gonna be the first show.
Some banger debuts that I'm excited to have people making their debuts on our first show.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be good debuts. And it's going to be, like I said, like having, you know, everything kind of in alignment as far as like the lineage before us, and then us stepping into new capacities, and then everyone else right behind us making their debuts. Like, I'm pretty hyped on it. I think you know, it all lines up quite well, and I think the fights are going to be more exciting than I think people are even aware of. So
I agree.
Then we have the live stream available on top of it, so we'll be able to have the video up. And I'll be dropping all of the fights, you know, highlights and stuff like that on the YouTube channel as well as the IG after the fact. So once we compile all the video and chop it up and go through it, then we'll start making the edits and start releasing some stuff on YouTube and IG. We got Lavoy Cook coming out to do the video stream and the videography. So I'm excited about that because I've known Lavoy for 13 years. I met Lavoy and his son way back when I was at Victory Athletics. I even coached his son back then a little bit because, believe it or not, ironically, even though striking has always been my passion, I went to you know, Victory Athletics. I think I might have mentioned this before. I went there originally because I knew my deficit was the you know, grappling. I had no idea what to do. I couldn't even sprawl when I first tried doing MMA, and that's why I just didn't think I was going to do MMA. But eventually, I figured some stuff out, and like jiu-jitsu and the catch wrestling stuff kind of clicked for me quite well when I was actively doing it every day, and then ended up in a position to coach the kids class. So like my original coaching gig was at Victory Athletics teaching the kids class, and that was 13 years ago. So
nice.
It's kind of cool to be able to pull people from back then to even be a part of the show. So like having Lavoy in the mix when he used to train with us at Victory back in the day is pretty cool as well. So it's nice to see like the whole network kind of start to come together and the project really come together, and it'll be cool to see how well it goes.
It's gonna be a dope show. So I mean, you coming out with a ton of gear,
some dope stuff actually. So a bunch of stuff's about to drop at the event. So brand new fight shorts, some casual stuff, new hoodies, new t-shirts, new hats. We got a lot of stuff going to be popping off on that. So everyone that's coming to the event's going to have first access and first pick on everything that's dropping. I'm going to have a couple new boxing glove designs available on display only, so I can get a general idea for what people would prefer to see. And I'll take the voice of the people into consideration.
There you go.
And start looking towards dropping that. We're going to have the title belt on display so people can see that. the medals that we're going to be giving out are dope.
I've seen those.
They're
Those
super
look
dope.
sick.
So-
And the fact that they're actually metal, they're not just like a little piece of plastic with a sticker on it, which is pretty common. Even like a little piece of metal, you know, a small one, but like those
these are
those
nice.
look chunky.
They're
Those are
chunky.
Got some weight to it.
Yeah.
So, I know we're a little over 2 hours in. So, let's go over your sponsors that you have so far. I know we talked about the Doughboys cookies and like the homie.
Yeah. So
So you
I'll
wanna
say
cover
locked in with my homie Matthew Pitts that I've known since fucking middle school. Done a lot of things together over the years, but he owns a couple businesses and he is sponsoring and advertising at the event. That's Vine Exteriors and Impact Painting Services. Then locked in with Dough Bros Cookies, and they are going to be at the event with a whole list of cookies that are specific to the event,
That's
which is
gonna be
going to be
sick.
dope because those you had the cookies.
Oh, they're so
delicious.
fire. Yep.
They're so good. I'm excited.
I want some more right now.
I'm insane, bro. They keep dropping more. I'm like,
I know, you gotta stop. Anthony, our student, Anthony Tiglau, he's just like, how the fuck do I get these? He's like, they don't have a store. I gotta order them and then wait.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if I could. It's like, I shouldn't have fucking followed these. This is a
They're
setup.
good. They're worth the follow.
Yeah.
But and then we got the cat Armando who does the homies. So like he'll
Fire tacos.
So good.
Best
Bro.
fucking corn.
Man.
What is that? The crack corn? Best crack corn I've had.
brother.
I don't even like that shit that much, and that, shit was so
good.
good. Yeah.
I'm getting
So
hungry
good.
now.
I can't
Yeah.
wait. I can't wait to get another plate from homie. The vato with the plato.
Yeah.
Armando.
The salsa was fucking
So good.
That's a
Everything.
hell of a slogan, bro.
Yeah, the vato with the plato. Oh, that's fire, dude. I fuck with that.
And don't you have a cannabis dispensary sponsor?
Yeah, so I got my buddy Gary Narwhal. He's a good dude. I had the privilege to coach him when I was running the BMT program. He moved out of state, but his family owns a local rec shop here called Diamond Green, and they're over there off of 12th and Proctor.
Yep, I know the
right
area
by the
pretty well.
Mandel
That's a
Sushi.
good little location.
Yeah, it's a great little spot.
Well, I mean, that whole location, that's a little metro spot. It's nice right there.
Yeah, they got the food there and all that, and they're doing more stuff too to get involved with the community. They got a lot going on, so definitely check them out on IG.
Yep.
I had the privilege of painting the shop as well, so if you're ever in the
Yeah, I
shop,
remember you said that.
Yeah,
That's
you'll see
sick.
that I
Yeah.
actually painted the shop. So we got Dough Bros, the homies, and Diamond Rec will all be present at the venue during the event, as well as the Karma booth. And then we just have a few people that are looking to kind of sponsor the event. So that would be Vine Exteriors, Impact Painting Services, and then my buddy Sean over at Van Body Sales and Repairs. He's another cool guy. I got the chance to kind of coach for a bit before he got into a car accident and broke his back, had to relearn how to walk, all kinds of stuff. But he'll be at the event. He's a really good dude. I'm excited to have him there. So got some good people back in the card so far. Always room for more. If you're interested, DM us, hit us up, let us know. This is the first event, but so I'm charging damn near next to nothing just to get a little bit of support behind it. But
Kind of grandfather people.
the ones that
with us from the beginning.
yeah. So the ones that see what we're doing and kind of believe in the potential of what we're doing and know how hard I work.
Also, it's a good entry level price for the people that maybe either don't have, the ones that don't have a huge amount of capital for their business to sponsor a big event, or for maybe the people that are kind of unsure if that's the direction they want to go.
Yeah.
It creates a good opportunity for a low cost of entry and a high level of potential for future growth.
Right.
And to kind of offer that and say that's what you're offering in the beginning and then follow through on the back end, that's going to be important, because even if you don't get a ton of people the first show, the second show, maybe there's more, or there should be more, and so on and so forth. And you can really look back, 10 shows deep, 20 shows deep, really look back at the people that were there with you from the first show or the first two shows or whatever, and kind of keep those kind of grandfathered in, or keep those good relationships, and because everybody wants to grow, but right now it's all about supporting each other essentially. It's not a ton of money out there right now. Like, I don't really make anything off this. You don't make much from coaching, not enough to make like a huge living. I don't know any coaches that do. So we're all looking for as much growth as possible, and you see how many of us are sacrificing our time that where we could just go work a day job. Like, you made a post the other day about you never really know how close a coach is to walking out the door because he just can't support himself financially because of that. And it's like, how much talent are you, like, as the people that support that are willing to let that go because of the fact that you just can't pay them, or aren't willing to pay these people as much, or maybe it's just not enough money in the industry. And doing things like this, getting more fight shows, getting more exposure, getting more people at a low cost of entry that are willing to step into that sport, that is the kind of thing that helps each other build. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I really appreciate the opportunity. Let me get in there as a ring announcer.
I'm excited to have you.
It's going to be good getting in there side by side with you, doing some commentary. That's going to be fun. And here's another thing that I really like about the Karma thing that Nick maybe didn't really say is, Nick is doing goodie bags for all the fighters. Now that's something that Crew Jones always did for Absolute Chaos, and
Jason does for All City.
See, I love that, and that gives a level of like appreciation to the fighters, because how many fighters are like a promoter? You know how much it is. You're like, I'm communicating with so many fucking people, locking in fights. This fight dropped, but I got a fucking replacement, and you're doing all this shit. It's like shuffling a 52 card deck. And at the same time, making sure on the back end that you're doing something that you don't have to support the people that are there. And especially like on the first show, that's going to take money out of your pocket to make sure that's appreciated. But what I'm saying is, like, a lot of people, they're sitting there so financially focused on building a show, or this is how much I have to make back. When you're willing to sacrifice that for growth, people are going to fuck with you. So, and people are going to be willing to make a similar sacrifice. Because they're like, okay, it provides that example of like, this person's not doing this necessarily because he's going to make a ton of money, and I need to think about how much money am I giving him versus what I'm getting, because he's going to get to pocket all this. Maybe this person doesn't care about the fighters. Maybe it's only about the fight show. Displaying the other side of that, which is, it's going to be important. It's going to keep people wanting to come back.
I hope so, man, because I genuinely care. I give a shit. A lot.
It shows.
So I really do care about community over self. You know, I think actually becoming a dad and a full-time coach has really kind of reaffirmed and reinforced that characteristic trait within myself. And sometimes to my own detriment, but at the same time, it's like I really do genuinely care, and I want to see betterment of community and provide more channels and more space and more opportunity for people to kind of grow and be with people that actually care, and not looking to be a little leech to the community, because I feel like some of these promotions that kind of aren't necessarily from here, they come here and they don't really give back or provide back to the community.
Well, there's the takers. There's givers and there's takers on all levels.
And it's like, ideally it'd be nice if it was mutually beneficial and there's a little bit of give, a little bit of take, and we can all kind of elevate and grow from there. And I think that we're on the precipice of that. And I would like to...
setting a great example of that. Like, bringing a community of people together that are like-minded in that, it will set a better standard, I think, for that, and
break up that famine mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I'm really hoping for. That's kind of like the bigger target for this show, is kind of that.
You got to think bigger right off the bat and understand that it's not about one thing or one off. If it was, we would have one fight. And
that's not the case at all. So I definitely I'm excited to kind of get these little care packages together and get them out into the hands of the ones that are coming to the show for the first event. Yep. I'm hoping that maybe we can find some more people that, even if maybe you don't want to necessarily throw funds or funding at the event, that maybe by chance could provide some sort of like service or some sort of something that they would want to throw into the care packages.
Think
for these
outside
fighters.
of the box. Don't think just money when it comes to sponsorships. You can be like, look, you toss something in the goodie bag.
Yeah, if you're a local business and you're wanting to get your product in the hands of people and further your reach, prime opportunity to throw some stuff in there. You know what I mean? So if you're doing anything that's like, I don't know, CBD infused, muscle relief
or something.
you know, like
you can do
whatever.
anything. Yeah, get yourself out there, and that's you're providing a great opportunity for that. And before we wrap up, what I want to say is you have a big following, and it's continuing to grow. And I know that you've put that out there a couple of times. And for the people that are a little hesitant, just look at the growth right off the bat. If it's not what you're looking for, that's fine too. There are other opportunities, and there's no hard feelings. I know that. And I'm really excited for the show. I know it's going to be a good show, and I know it's going to be the first one. What I said, when I first started doing the podcast, is I'm willing to do this bad to get myself good. And there's always going to be a learning curve, especially that first show. There's going to be oh shit, I fucked this up. Maybe that, I was already thinking about if I fuck up as a ring announcer, I'm I fucked up. So what? And so I'm I watched Eddie Murphy doing an old stand-up special, and that's what he did. And I was bingo. But provided an example in that fucking field that I'm able to draw from, and there's going to be stuff that you find there and that you go through, and then you're going to watch another fight show and you'll be I'm stealing that or whatever. And I'm sure you've already fucking thought about these sort of things, but same thing with you, you're getting and doing these kind of pre-fight interviews and stuff like that, and it's going to just kind of help prep all these things. So but like I said, we're almost 2.5 hours, so we're gonna need to wrap up. But tell people about the card, finish up, tell people where it's at, the date, all that shit.
Yeah, man. KCFC 1, the jump off, will be hosted at Fitness Quest in Auburn. That's going to be 1101 Outlet Collection Way, Auburn, Washington. I'll be there running the show and coaching a little bit. Got good food, good people, lots of opportunity for growth and to really kind of get into the fold and start establishing the network with us. So hope to see you there. August 23rd. Fights are going to start at 7. Doors are going to open at 6. Come in early, get some food, chill, chop it up, meet some people. And say what's up when you see me.
Yep. Yeah. I'll be there trying to not make an ass out of myself as a ring announcer and co-commentator.
Yep.
I'm sure I'll make an ass out of myself. Just to what degree?
Right.
Hey, I tell people all the time, you gotta bear with me, man. I spent years getting kicked in the head for fun. So.
Right. Yeah, man. Looking forward to doing the commentary with you, bro.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
You guys are gonna kill it, man. You guys are both taking it seriously. I'm appreciative and impressed by the ability you guys have both been grinding.
Yeah, I like practicing for it. I'm I like doing the cheesy voices and be like, fuck that. But man, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see, it's basically Tuesday morning / Monday night. Yeah. So this I'll try to drop this sometime at Wednesday. I'll just kind of space things out a little bit, but yeah, man, this is a good little show. Anything you guys want to close out with? Some thanks. Shout out to the ring ladies. I know that was a big thing on yours. Shout out to whoever.
Shout out mom, dude. My day one.
Yeah.
She's biggest supporter.
Yeah, I was gonna say your mom's everyone's day one.
She'll like that.
Yeah, I love that.
She's gonna watch the whole thing for sure.
Oh, for sure. I love that, man.
Kind of a fan. I'm easily bought. She
I'm easily bought.
she brought me some Reese's. We're
There
good.
you go. Yep,
Big fan.
Yep. Well, actually, to that, man, like, coaches get so little support. Like, oh, here's some Reese's. Thanks for training my son. Like, you don't even know. Like, thank you. Like, holy shit.
I was ecstatic.
Dude, I got one more shout out.
Yes.
Also, shout out Nicole for the fight day breakfast because I forgot to say anything about it on my post after I won out.
My baby mama.
yeah. Shout out Nicole.
She's pretty solid. She's been really helpful to try and supportive to me getting all this stuff off the ground, even despite all the little hiccups and hurdles and negative things I had to kind of deal with a little bit, but. It's all good, man. Haters ain't nothing.
Well, the support is everything. Like, the haters ain't nothing. Like you said, the support is everything. That's like, you get the support on the smallest scale sometimes. Like, people you don't even know. Like, you sit there and say, or you hear those things where your biggest support is somebody you don't know. Your biggest hater is somebody that's like right next to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck, that is so true too.
Absolutely.
And you don't know. Like, I was out hanging out with my mom. She's like, oh yeah, I've watched every one of your podcasts. I'm like, really? I didn't know that. So, like, I mean, without her telling me or without people displaying or communicating that they have that support, we don't know. So if you guys are out there, anyone that's listening, vocalize that support. Go verbal with that shit. Like it. Like your podcast. Like the show. Like the fucking share it. Like, these things that don't cost anything but a click or anything like that. But you see so many people are hesitant just because they don't want to be seen as a potential supporter for something by somebody else that they're concerned about. And it's like, if we're doing things on social media, if we're going, that's to be social. If you're worried about who's being social with who, you're doing it wrong. Support the people that are working hard and is gonna come back as karma in a good way.
Big facts, my man.
Fucking
big facts.
Yeah. And I know we're all pretty fucking tired, so let's go ahead and wrap this up.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry, man.
What else you got to say?
That's it, man. I just wanted to say a huge thanks to everyone that's been involved so far in any capacity. I really, from the bottom of my heart, sincerely appreciate you. Zach, Nick, Nicole, all the fighters. It's been a lot on my end to kind of figure all this stuff out. But I'm doing my best to figure it out, and hopefully I do a good job, and hopefully everyone wants to work with me again on the next one. So
well, you don't have to hope for much. You just keep doing what you're doing. It'll happen.
Appreciate it, man.
So I'm gonna give my shout outs. Shout out to my gym, Street Sook Muay Thai, Vital Jiu Jitsu. Shout out to Crew Jones and Master Salhin, our owner Kyle, Juan Jackson, one of our other crews. Shout out to Sway City Muay Thai. Give us a like, follow, YouTube, all that free support. Like, that's the stuff that actually helps. I'm not looking for some huge following. I'm not looking for 1 million views on a YouTube thing so I can make money. I want to build our community, and supporting, like, communicating, all that stuff, that is what does it. So thank you to you guys for coming on the show.
And thanks for having us on, bro.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, that was a good time.
Cool,
always a pleasure, brother.
Yeah, that was dope.
Let's run it again.
Cool. Let me go. Hopefully it's still going. Yes, I'm